Hello everyone, and welcome to Survival Live. I'm really enjoying this series. It feels like it's just a perfect way to connect with my community and also enjoy the fun, amazing game of course, Minecraft in a live stream format. Now let's take a look at our world here, and we're going to start our projects for today. But before that, welcome everyone to the stream. Hello to everyone who's saying hello to me, and just welcome to the stream. I hope that everyone's having a great Saturday so far. I know that I am, and I'm hoping we can make it even better with this Survival live stream. And the plan for the live stream, although not specifically said in the title, is in the thumbnail, which is basically we want to go to a woodland mansion. Now, I do also want to improve my house. It's not looking perfect for sure. It's definitely a little bit small for what we want to have it be, and of course a bit sort of undecorated as well. But I want to do that a little bit later on, since I think it'd be fun, now that we have Elytra, to do some exploring around our world and try and actually make our way over to a woodland mansion. Now, because in this world we're not going to be using a seed finder, to go to a woodland mansion we have to do it the standard way, which is getting enough emeralds to buy a woodland explorer map from the cartographer villager and going from there. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to get as many sort of emerald materials as we can, things that we can sell to villagers for emeralds, and then once we have enough of those, then we can head off to the village, try and sell them, get ourselves a huge supply of emeralds, and then hopefully have enough to buy the Woodland Explorer map. And so I know that of course we could sell them some crops. We also have here the sugarcane, so I'll break that first, since the maps are sold to us by the cartographers, and cartographers will also buy paper, and so we can use these paper trades to hopefully level up a singular cartographer to have high enough of a level that then with that we can of course buy the Woodland Explorer map. I think we might also have to buy a couple other items just to get it leveled up enough. So having some emeralds in general should be important also. I know that compasses are sometimes involved in their trades, but I'm not sure if we'll need some of those or not for this. But I think we will sort of just grab the crops that we'll need. Now there is a lot here. We also have some sort of random items on us, so I think I'll place those away. But again, welcome everyone to the stream. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If you did just hop on the stream, which of course everyone did, because we haven't even been streaming for 5 minutes yet, feel free to like the stream right now. If we can get a bunch of likes to start off with, then YouTube will show it to even more people, and we can have even higher viewership, and more people can enjoy the amazing survival experience that we're about to have. Alright, so let's put away some of these random items that we have. We don't really need, you know, let's say a random pair of iron leggings. In the previous episodes, if you're wondering kind of where we are in this survival world, because I'm assuming that most people haven't watched every single part of this series, I believe this is the 8th episode. But basically what we've done is we have defeated the Ender Dragon in the episode before last, and then last episode. What we did is we went and did a massive end raid, and in that end raid we got all kinds of diamond armor, and elytra, and shulker boxes, and just really good materials. It'll sort of bring this world from early game to mid game, then maybe eventually late game, and all of course on stream. So if you want to check out any stage of the game before right now, feel free to check out those previous episodes. Alright, so we have some random food here. We should probably put that away. We don't really have any amazing food right now, you know, let's say some cooked pork chops or something, but we can still just live off of the baked potatoes. And we have a super chat from Brandon Gentry, and it says, most relaxing part of my week. Well, thank you very much for that, and hopefully this stream is equally as relaxing, but also exciting, because we do have some very interesting and adventurous things planned for this episode of Survival Live. Alright, now we do have a little bit of sugarcane left in here, not a lot. I guess we'll craft it all into paper, since there's not too much of a purpose of having the sugarcane itself with us. We might also have some random other bits of paper around here. If we went back to it, we probably could even get some ingredients, maybe some random paper that's around the stronghold libraries, but I don't think it's that important. Now, of course, things like sweet berries, I always find it kind of difficult in early game Minecraft to find where to put certain items, because, you know, for instance, here I have all my skulk items in the same chest as the food, which is a bit weird, but also I don't have enough of really either to justify having their own double chest or own sort of storage section. Although, of course, later on we are going to build an actually really high quality sorting area, maybe even automatic sorting system, I'm hoping. And we have another super chat from Christopher Lovett, and it says, "Good morning, iCraft. These streams are my morning coffee." Well, I'm very glad they are that for you, and hopefully everyone else who is watching, including you of course, is enjoying the stream here, and it'll be a great start to their Saturday, or depending on what time zone you are, maybe a great end of your Saturday, or potentially even very early morning Sunday, depending on where you are, I guess. So let's take a look through here. Now, we have some paper, I guess, in terms of other things that villagers will buy. Stone is always one. We don't have a lot of stone, since we just recently got our Silk Touch tools, Silk Touch pickaxe. What we could do, since we have a decent amount of sort of the materials needed, is we could go back to the village, and then once we're at the village, we can kind of see what things we'll probably need, and then go from there. And again, thank you to everyone else for all the amazing comments here. Let me try and read some right now. Someone asks, what's the best way to start a survival world? Well, I do actually have a video exactly on that, what to do when you're starting a survival world. But I would say that in terms of just some quick advice, really important to make sure to get a bed as soon as possible. I actually will have a really cool video coming out fairly soon that will include information on what to do when starting a world. So you'll have to keep your eyes out for that one. Should release sometime this month. But yeah, in terms of that, just want to get a good food source, make sure you can sleep, kind of getting your basic amenities as quickly as possible so that you do not run out of sort of the ability to use those. Now, if I remember correctly, and this may be incorrect, I think this leads over to the village. We're going to find out, and I would kind of use the elytra. The problem is, of course, that we only have 30 fireworks and not any more gunpowder, so, you know, if we happen to use the rest of that, then we're actually not going to have the ability to do so. Sort of the ability to fly very much. Now it looks like we don't have a bed. Oh no, we do have a bed. But it is nighttime, so I'll have to sleep there. And someone says I could bring sticks. That's actually a really good idea. So what I'll do is I'll check for a Fletcher. If there's not one, then we should definitely get the necessary ingredients for that. Sort of the fletching table, of course, which is kind of interestingly enough still the only villager crafting table in the entire game that does not have a use outside of being a villager trade station. So that's kind of interesting. I know that Mojang said they would add a reduce to it, but it doesn't seem like they've done that yet, so maybe we'll see that in 1.20, but I'm kind of guessing they're not, since oftentimes Mojang will sort of say they'll do something, and you know, they might in, you know, 5 years or something, but it's not unlikely that we won't get that for a while. Now, I also switched to 1.19.2, and I have Optifine, so the frame rates are a bit worse, it looks like, so we might have to mess around with that a bit, but either way, of course, we have the Mason. That clay trade's actually a really good one for quick emeralds, and I'll show you why. So, our pickaxe, or our shovel, is non-silk touch, which is good. If you notice there, it was 10 clay balls for an emerald, and 1 clay block gives you 4 clay balls, and so it's actually a really good deal because you only have to break 2.5 clay blocks to get an emerald. In fact, I would say that without zombification, it is by far literally the easiest trade, because rivers are also so common, and of course clay is at the bottom of rivers and in swamps and in the lush caves now. And so because of that, you know, just right there we got enough of these clay balls to get like 7 emeralds. And we're going to go through here and try and find that Fletcher again and then sell it some of this. We could even sort of do the kind of funny trick where you sell the villager their own materials. So we'll just grab some of the clay in here. Let's go and find that Mason. And I believe the Mason fell down here. It looks like it. Because it has a way back up. Hopefully it doesn't go down this big cliff here. I didn't even notice that before. There's a path block, so technically could be a villager house down there, but I kind of doubt it. It is still kind of funny though, because that does often happen. And we have a super chat from Stephanie C, and it says, "As an old noob, I appreciate your easy to understand videos." Well, I definitely enjoy making Minecraft videos that apply for everyone. I'm so glad that my videos are made in a way that you find easy to understand, as, you know, I think that Minecraft is something that has a lot to it, but nothing is really too complicated to understand without enough sort of explanation there, so very glad that that's quite helpful for you. And I'll try my best to continue to cover every single part of the game, so that soon I'll have a video on literally every single part, and then you could just look up basically any part of Minecraft next to Eyecraftmc, and there will 100% be at least one video on that thing. Here, let's grab some more of those clay balls there and come back here. We might even get the materials to make a second grindstone, because it could give us sort of more ability to get emeralds with this clay ball technique. Now, it looks like we actually do have 2 of these houses already. That's actually really nice. We have 2 of the masons, so we'll sell it to this mason. We already have 18 emeralds, which is quite a bit. I guess we need to find the cartographer. Now, something I definitely should have done is made a cartography table, and then with that cartography table, get one of these many unemployed villagers and give them a job. Now, if I remember correctly, the cartography table is 2 paper and 4 planks. So we're going to just craft that right here, I guess. We do have a tree, so it should be pretty easy just to chop one of these down and sort of get the materials for that. I always find it so interesting when I'm looking at a forest inside of Minecraft, because sort of the standard forest biome, not let's say the dark forest or the jungle or something, I found that the standard forest just has this very classic look to it, you know, something where, because that biome has been in the game in sort of one form or another since basically the alpha days, it was like the first biome more or less, was sort of this standard forest, even though it's changed a little bit through the sort of decade of Minecraft, over a decade really, there still is this interesting similarity you have where you can sort of see this, I don't know, just this interesting visual similarity throughout all the versions, which always, to me, is like a way of kind of realizing that although Minecraft has changed a lot, it really is still the game that it always has been, just upgraded a bit. Now let's go over this way and let's get ourselves this cartographer. Of course, here's some of these unemployed villagers. Hopefully this one will get a job. Looks like this one might. I'm not sure. They're kind of around the job site, but they haven't taken it. It could be because of the time of day. I'll also just lower my render here a little bit. It seems like I'm getting some frame lag, unfortunately. But anyway, it looks like this one took it. There we go. You'll be the lucky villager. And we also got 2 super chats. Let me read those off. And the first one says, "Keep it up, brother." Well, thank you very much. And thank you for the super chat, and I definitely will. And the second super chat says, "Loved watching all of these live streams, all on VOD until now. Thanks for the great content. Can I get a shout out from my son Rory here in Nottingham, UK, please?" Well, shout out to Rory in Nottingham, UK. And I kind of like that Nottingham reminds me of a medieval story. And I think, of course, it'd be the same Nottingham from that, because of course those are real. That's pretty cool, actually. So shout out to Rory there. And I'm so glad that you love the live streams. Let's see here. So we have glass panes for emeralds. That's pretty easy. We have emeralds for an empty map, but that gives it like no experience. Or experience. I'm not sure I said like that experience, but there you go. Experience anyway. So we collect some sand. That could be fairly easy. There's some sand right here. We could smelt that at our base or come back. Maybe even just find some clay. Actually, it looks like we forgot some clay balls over here. We could technically just buy a bunch of other items from it, but it seems like those ones are all very sort of going to take too much time, just because the XP it gives us is not very much. So we'll mine this out, and then of course from there we can do that. And we have a question that says, "Hi iCraft, do you play on servers or just single player?" I do tend to play on single player, but I enjoy the server experience just as much, if not more. I feel like sort of they're really 2 different games. That's the best way I would describe it anyway, is that, you know, Minecraft multiplayer is fun, Minecraft single player is fun. But when you're playing multiplayer, certain parts of the game, like let's say beating the Ender Dragon, or maybe, you know, exploring to different nearby structures to loot them, those things are usually not really able to be done, just because oftentimes for me anyway, I'm not, you know, literally the fastest player. Even if I am, I'm not, you know, the first one to join on a world. And so because of that, usually those kinds of things are done first. So obviously the multiplayer experience does not have that. But then there's this massive amount of content added when you get sort of multiplayer economies in there. You have different player interactions, that sort of social element. So I would say that I do tend to play single player more, but I really do enjoy both. And I guess to me too, it depends, since obviously a world with just you and a couple friends almost feels like single player versus, let's say, a really large multiplayer world. And in fact, if you're actually interested in playing Minecraft multiplayer with me, I do have a Minecraft server, play.eyecraftmc.com. I'll be resetting the survival map on there really soon, probably in the next 2 weeks or so. And then from that point on, we're going to keep that map for a long time. So if you're wanting to play on a survival Minecraft multiplayer world, I'll even be on there somewhat. that is probably the perfect chance, and that is play.eyecraftmc.com, and the server is up currently. We're just on the old map if you wanted to check that one out, see all the builds people have done, to maybe get inspired for the next season. Now we do have a decent amount of sand here, probably enough. We'll just grab some more. I don't think we have respiration. I was checking to see if we did, because I feel like our air is lasting a decent amount of time, but I guess we're not very low, so it's pretty easy just to go upwards and get some more air. We'll go for 3 stacks of sand, and we can smelt those in 3 separate furnaces. There should be some surface coal nearby we can grab, or we can just sort of go through the nether back to our house, which should be pretty easy. So there's 42. I'll just grab the rest of this. I can sort of insta-mine it if I'm on the surface here, so let's see how much of this we can grab, maybe like this. We just don't want to grab too much, dirt and other random items here. And let's go through here. Someone says, do I like testing myths? Yes, I do actually. In fact, that's a series I've been wanting to do for a while, though I haven't yet. But it may be something you'll see in the future, is sort of Minecraft myth busting, especially since, unfortunately, a lot of Minecraft videos, especially ones I've noticed on YouTube Shorts, tend to be fake. Not always, but there are definitely some that are. And so it'd be kind of cool to do a series showing people what info there is correct and what info is just for clickbait, basically. Let's take a look here. So we need some cobblestone, and we need some coal. Of course, coal is sort of a little bit more difficult to find now in modern Minecraft, but it shouldn't be too hard just to look around and find sort of the patch of it, and there's a patch of it right there, so it sort of proves our own point. And we have our fortune pickaxe, of course, too, so we'll just get to sort of an area of dry land. I'm sure everyone who plays Minecraft's noticed this, but of course when you're underwater, you do mine things a lot slower than if you are above the water. Now there are sort of enchantments you can get like Aqua Affinity that makes that effect less, but I don't believe any of them can fully negate the sort of slower mining you do when you're trying to swim, which I guess makes sense too, since of course, if you're trying to stay above the water and not die, you definitely wouldn't have enough time to sort of be quite as efficiently mining, let's say, a material. Alright, so 41 coal is definitely enough. We only need 24 coal. And we have 12 of the cobblestone. We just need 24 cobblestone as well. Of course, 8 for each furnace. 18, 19. Oh, there's some more coal there as well, actually. I'm not sure if we're low on coal or not. I guess if we were, we could mine this. May as well mine it anyway, of course. Now, if you're wondering what in the world this has to do with going to a woodland mansion, as of course that is on the thumbnail, it has to do with the fact that we need to get the Woodland Explorer map. And so right now we're just getting some glass panes, and then with those glass panes we can use them to trade with the cartographer, and from there, then of course we can get that Woodland Explorer map and go whatever direction it shows us, and from there we'll hopefully find an amazing and interesting to raid woodland mansion. You'll notice I did say interesting to raid. That's because every time I raid a woodland mansion, I found it sort of very much a chance whether or not there'll be some really good stuff there or not, just because there sort of tends to be this random variance between all the different rooms. I think there's over 50 different rooms. In fact, I remember the exact number a while ago, but I can't think of it on the spot, sort of. But there are a lot of different rooms, and of course some of them have more treasure than others, some of them have no treasure. But because this is sort of a long-term survival world, I don't think we can sort of stop at just grabbing the treasure. If there's any other items there we want, like let's say maybe a bunch of wool or some interesting building blocks, we can always grab those as well. So we're going to let this smelt here. We have a little sort of villager trading base here. Why not? We may as well make a second chest and do that. And then as we let that smelt, I'm going to answer some questions in the comments. So if you have any questions, put them in the live chat right there, and we're going to answer them right now. Let's take a look here. And let's take a look here. So someone said, I don't think that every woodland mansion has good things. In what case, what do you call the Totem of Undying? Well, the Totem of Undying is definitely good, but even the amount of those you find also has a lot of variability to it. Now, as an example, I've actually been to woodland mansions with I think just one of the Vindicators, so you only have just a very small amount of them. But I've also been to, actually I think Evoker is the right one, of course. Yeah, only a couple of Evokers, but I've also been to ones that have like 6 or 7 Evokers, and you come up with tons and tons of the totems there. So even there's a lot of variance. So, of course, even if there's a little bit of good loot, the amount you find definitely has a lot of variability. And of course, technically raids are usually better to find that anyway. Now let's see, I actually think this is the right villager here. We're going to buy or sort of sell some more of these clay balls here as we wait for this to smelt. I should probably get my sword out of my hand. I've actually had things happen before where I'll kind of forget to do that and we'll have issues. And someone says, any tips to get the perfect enchantments quickly, other than repeatedly enchanting and grinding? Well, of course, you can always enchant, you can always trade with villagers, get books from them. I would say another trick as well is that if you don't have a lot of levels and you want to check through, feel free to place some torches along sort of the bookshelves there and let some of them kind of have their power going to the table be blocked off, because I've had times that level 2 enchantments at, different areas can have really good stuff on them. So for instance, check out all the different enchantment levels, kind of really give a good look at all that. Of course, you can get efficiency 4 and breaking 3, silk touch, all these different really good enchantments at lower levels, like let's say level 20 enchantment, something like that. The only difference, of course, is that secondary enchantments aren't as much, so you won't find maybe as many, let's say Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4, Fortune 3 all at once. You might just get 1 or 2 of them, but it's still pretty good comparatively. Now we've leveled this one up a bit. And let's see else. Someone says, fastest way to find diamonds, or is there a diamond farm on Java? There is no diamond farm on Java or Bedrock. There is kind of ways to duplicate different items in general, but it's not specific to diamonds. The fastest way to find them, technically, is to use a seed finder to find diamond fossils, but in terms of more sort of non-seed finder, what people would assume to be more legitimate methods, is just simply to go to caves that are as low down as possible, and to look for that, maybe to mine up skulk blocks or moss blocks with a hoe in really deep down lush and deep dark caves. That's kind of what you want to do. Now we need a compass, and I kind of thought we would, but I didn't bring one, so we'll have to go back, since I think finding redstone and iron will take a while. But it looks like other than that we do have all the ingredients, so that was really quick. I guess what we should probably do then is let's leave all sort of the random items we have on us here. Should be good. And then we can go back, get all of our different materials, grab the map, and just sort of head off exploring from here. So our portal is all the way back here. We definitely should make a portal here and make sort of a nether hub. I'll probably do a specific episode on that. Once we have a couple more locations, we can kind of show the best way of doing nether transport areas. I do have a video on that already if you want to check that out, but I think doing that on stream as well could be quite good. Someone said that their Minecraft textures look bad at a further distance. Is there any way to fix that? There is a thing called map levels, and you can always check your settings on that. If you have it too high or too low, it can mess with it a bit, so you could always try and sort of change that. That can definitely work. In terms of other vanilla options, there's not many, but yeah, you could look at the map levels there. That's under graphics settings. Let's take a look here. Someone said, is strip mining better for getting diamonds? Strip mining is technically better than, let's say, caving, because it doesn't rely on as much luck, but short-term caving is probably quicker. It's just that finding, hours and hours of caves at the perfect level to mine at is basically impossible. So in terms of long-term caving, definitely strip mining is the fastest way of getting diamonds, although, like I was saying earlier, I would say that, let's say, a seed finder finding diamond fossils is technically the fastest, although again, is definitely not the most legitimate method. Let's go over this way, and I think our portal is right over here, which it is. And we can of course go through there and then get the compass. And that should be pretty good. May as well defeat this skeleton here. Trick to defeating skeletons, hold up a shield. The second they hit you, hit them back, since they sort of have a little bit of time there where they can't get to you. We'll go through here again. Let's go through here. And someone said I should fly to the portal, and I would do that, except for the fact that I don't have basically any gunpowder and just a small amount of rockets, and we're going to need those later on for what we're doing. Let's go this way. Alright, so we need to get the compass. And the compass, of course, is made with 1 redstone and 4 iron. And then with those ingredients, we can make ourselves this, and then we can basically go and raid it. So we're going to grab all the necessary ingredients, sort of, not ingredients, but kind of raiding supplies for a woodland mansion. So if you want to know what to bring, I would suggest bringing, if you have these at this stage, some shulker boxes. You want some you know, storage items is always good when you're raiding something. We may as well bring 3. Ender chests are good too. They're usually pretty far away. Woodland mansions themselves aren't that incredibly difficult, believe it or not, but they are something that has a lot of risk to them. So you want to be careful with that, of course, since even with good quality armor, something like a Vindicator on hard mode has a lot of damage that they give. So we're going to grab all these books, or not books, we're going to grab all these boats. And I guess maybe scaffolding could help. Probably not, actually. We're good there. A water bucket's always good, although it does break the carpet. It can be kind of a good emergency anti-creeper solution. So we'll grab the materials for that. Something that's incredibly important, actually we have a bucket right here. Something incredibly important though when you're going to a woodland mansion is torches. Torches are so important because whether or not you want to stay at the mansion or not, you need a way of marking out where you've been. And although torches do naturally generate somewhat inside of the mansions, you want enough that you can kind of really easily know where you have been and where you haven't, and which areas are mob proofed and which ones aren't. So we're going to grab some of these planks right here. We'll craft sticks with them later. And then we have some coal that's back where those villagers were. We actually were low on coal. We have a bit here, but we'll keep it there. Then we'll go through here. And someone says to please make a Johnny name tag to name the Vindicator. I could do that if we have a boat with us. And I'm not sure if, I guess we do have name tags. We could probably do that. That might be fun. I just sort of save 1 Vindicator in a boat there. I think my name tags are here. We only have 2, so I guess I'll have to be careful with these. We may as well do that. And if you're wondering what that is about, if you name a Vindicator Johnny, it basically will kill everything. So it's sort of an interesting Easter egg there. We're going to make that, and we'll keep that with us. And then I think we have almost everything. Now I'm trying to think of any other really useful things you could bring to a woodland mansion. I guess maybe shears if we wanted to collect some wool. That could always be a good idea. Sort of having our full tool set on us is a good idea. And let's go through here. And let's take a look at what else we might need. I don't think there's too much. In terms of our armor, it's decent, I guess. We have 2 pairs of elytra in case we run out of fireworks. We'll check for any other sort of random things we might need around here, but I can't think of too much. Now we could always sort of bring some general building blocks. That's sometimes a good idea. So we'll bring like a stack of cobblestone, why not? But I think that other than that, we're looking pretty good. A bed actually is a good idea because one of our beds is at the village there, so we do have some wool in here. We'll just grab this fashionable blue bed, and I think that's it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, we're going to take a look, and someone is wondering why they don't get good enchantments. Generally it's because your table isn't leveled up enough. You want to have all the tables around here so that when you put in an item, you'll get options that go up to level 30, and then of course you want to grab that level 30 enchantment. So I wouldn't even bother really trying to enchant unless you're at a high level. Let's grab these ender pearls actually, those could also be quite useful. And an additional shield, maybe we'll combine our 2 shields. You can always combine any item in the crafting grid, just like this, your personal one or the table one. But I think that is it. So we are going to head off to the village and then to the not to the stronghold, to the woodland mansion. I'm thinking of the end sort of thing still, since we had several episodes that were doing that. And we'll go this way. And someone was saying they forgot that they were watching the video live and they tried to sort of skip forward ahead on it. I know sometimes I'll do that on different live streams as well, because oftentimes I'll watch videos at 2 times speed and then I'll kind of get annoyed where I realize I can't put a stream on 2 times, because then you'd be kind of watching into the future, which is quite fun. We'll go this way. So someone says, what performance mods do I use right now? Right now I'm using Optifine, which doesn't actually seem to be doing as well as Iris and Sodium were, but could be a lot of things. And we'll go through here, but it is Optifine. Well, you can't really tell much of a difference because I have like most of sort of the graphical settings, like let's say having connected grass turned off or connected glass turned off, and both connected grass and connected glass, those things sound very similar. I both kind of prefer just vanilla. I know a lot of people like connected glass, but for me personally, I just tend to like Minecraft exactly how the developers have made it. And we have a new member of the I Squad. Now, if anyone's wondering what the I Squad is, I do have memberships on this channel, and for a very small fee, then you can basically join that and from there you can have access to all these awesome emotes, and there's also a badge next to your name. So if you notice people in the comments there with the kind of Eyecraftmc logo next to their name, and also with the ability to use all the amazing emojis that we have and the emotes there, that means they're part of the I Squad, and you can join that by pressing the join channel button next to my subscribe button there. And we'll go over here, and if you're watching the stream right now and enjoying it, be sure to like the stream because it helps it reach more people, especially while we're live here. And then from that point, of course, we can have even more people enjoy this interesting survival experience. Alright, so we do have now all the ingredients we need. Grab those emeralds, and then we just have to find our cartographer that we leveled up, which is right over here, and we can buy from it the Woodland Explorer map. There we go. So that's an awesome sort of improvement we've made now, and we have this item. We'll put away anything we don't need. We were going to grab the coal here to make some torches with, so we'll make those torches right now. We'll turn all this, not all of this, but we'll turn a lot of this into sticks. And then from there we can make a whole bunch of the torch items. And there we have that. 4 stacks honestly might still not be enough, but hopefully it is. And we can go from there if it's not enough. We have these random shulker boxes we can use. So basically, the question of course would be, how do you use the Woodland Explorer map? So you want to activate them, look at them. And here's something actually really interesting. So it's kind of hard to see. If I take this out of my off end, you can see it a bit better, although it's sort of obscured there by my hotbar. But basically there is the Woodland Explorer map, and on it, at the very bottom is this little white dot. Now if we start moving around, if that white dot moves, it means that in one of the axes, so there's sort of, you know, the X, Y, Z axis, in one of those axes, it would mean that we are in the correct position. So we're going to put this in our offhand and sort of move around, see if it goes. Now the top of the map is north, the bottom is south, the sort of left side of it is west, and the right side of it is east, just like you'd sort of expect. And so because of that, we can actually just take this map and basically figure out where we're going to go. So if we sort of go east, you'll notice that dot on the map. It's kind of hard to see, but it is going east, which means that this is actually really low chance, but apparently we're already aligned correctly on that one axis. So all we have to do is go straight north, and we should be at that mansion, which is super easy for us. So let's grab anything else we need, and I don't think there is anything. We may as well grab these chorus fruit, because why not? Sometimes they're useful. And we can just look straight north, which I guess is this direction, and fly for a super long time, explore this awesome Minecraft world, and find out where this woodland mansion is. So we'll just kind of go this way. A trick to flying with a lighter if you don't have a massive amount of fireworks is to basically go up and down. Now, someone said, isn't it the other way? Isn't it not north? The reason why I know it's north is because our dot is on the south of the map there. And so basically that would mean that if we go north, we would be going from the bottom of the map there to the top. If you fly at 40-degree angles, by the way, it makes you fly a lot further with your elytra on one rocket. But the massively important thing we have to look at is our elytra durability, because we don't have a lot of elytra durability. And on top of that, there is the fact that, of course, if that breaks, we don't even have feather falling. So if we don't go super quick, we're going to definitely run out of our sort of amount of time we can be flying for, and that'll be a massive, massive issue. So I'm going to kind of fly again around 40 degrees. I don't like turning on the F3 menu too much since it's sort of a bit annoying to look at, but basically, yeah, by sort of flying at 40-45 degree angles there, you can definitely elongate the amount of time that you're flying for. Someone said, do I think I'm going to do a building tutorial inside of Minecraft? I would say yes. So I'm definitely not, you know, green or something in terms of building, but I do know what I'm doing. So I definitely enjoy doing some building tutorials at some point in the future, hopefully fairly soon. And so I think that, you know, I would say within the next little while, I wouldn't be shocked at all if you saw some building tutorials from me. I know in the series itself, in the next episode, or maybe the episode after that, but fairly soon, I do want to do a sort of kind of a building tutorial or just a video on building where I'm sort of live streaming the building of my new base, whatever that looks like, a really large mega, not a mega base, but at least a long-term base, something that has everything we need in it. Now we could sort of just stop by and see what's in this thing here. Our elytra durability is almost out already, which is really not good. We might have to end up sort of messing around with some stuff to get it. Now that bell is worth a lot, kind of, so we'll put it in our ender chest. We do have an ender chest, which is nice. We also only have 14 levels, so if we have to, we could always do the sort of death method of going back. So we'll put these random items in here. We do have our full tool set, although it's not named. So we'll just grab that with our Silk Touch pickaxe and keep going straight north. And again, we know we're sort of not off course because our dot isn't really moving that much on there. So we'll go through here, and sorry for any bad frame rates. I have a really good computer, but for whatever strange reason, Minecraft just often struggles a lot with getting good frame rates. Actually, I just remembered something. I believe my entity distance is at 500%. That would probably make sense as to why we're not getting good frame rates. That would make a lot of sense, actually. That means we're loading in, like, I'm just trying to think of like how many more mobs than you normally would be loading in there. That's an insane amount more. Yeah, definitely 500% mob render distance is not ideal. You want about 100% there, and in fact, that's a slider that lags things about as much as the actual render. So in fact, just when we change that, our render or sort of our frame rates have instantly gone up there. So definitely important for that. And you'll actually notice, oh, our elytra's about to break here. We're just gonna switch that out. But you'll notice here on the map, that dot is now becoming bigger, which is super awesome because it means that we're really, really close. Now, I don't think we're going to have enough elytra durability to fly all the way here and all the way back. But again, with that sort of indicator being really large there, and also with the biomes changing, this right here should be where the woodland mansion is, right in front of us, is what I'm guessing. We're going to find this out. But yeah, we can see right on the map it's starting to fill out. We're actually going to take off our elytra right here because we need to save this durability. We don't have a lot to sort of bring ourselves back, but look at that. There is the woodland mansion, and what's actually super cool is the fact that we can kind of keep this map as a souvenir. That's something I always suggest doing, just for fun, of course, is to keep the map that you went to the woodland mansion on you, as in you could sort of save that on an item frame as a bit of a sort of souvenir that you went to the mansion. There we can see it's getting filled out. We still have that marker there. Sort of funny, actually, the specific part of the mansion that marker is on. I don't know if that's the entrance or just maybe the marker is always on the top left corner, but it is quite interesting, and we'll go this way. And someone said I have to get mending from a villager ASAP. That is definitely true, and that's going to be our plan as soon as possible, is to try and get a mending villager. We did try for that in the last episode, actually, but we did not get lucky, and so we're going to have to try that again. As we did see, there are a lot of sort of unemployed villagers that are around, so it should be pretty easy. There's the inside of the mansion, but again, we're going to kind of go to the entrance, and it looks like that marker is indeed at the entrance of the mansion, which is quite useful. So the first trick, of course, to raiding a woodland mansion, and I actually raided a woodland mansion on a stream a long time ago, which was my 100k special stream, which I guess was in an end of June, and it was hardcore, and I died doing it because, well, it was hardcore and I had no armor on. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to sort of do the same thing, except for a bit different, and we're not going to die. That's not the thing we'll do the same, but we are going to do is we're going to set our spawn point here with this bed. Very important to do that. We also want to set up, you know, I mean, in this case, we can do shulker boxes. Oftentimes this would just be chests. And you want to kind of store a bunch of stuff here. And it looks like it's raining, which is, of course, perfect. We'll go this way. And we're going to get all of our sort of useless items put away in here for now. Someone said they just found a woodland mansion last night, 800 blocks from the spawn in their world. Isn't that rare? It is somewhat rare, except for the fact that Mojang changed recently the way that woodland mansions spawn. So in 1.18 it was changed. And basically because of that, it's a lot less rare now. So I would say that although it is still definitely not, maybe it's a 10% chance, something like that. So nothing crazy, but definitely somewhat abnormal, which is pretty cool. So we'll put our ender chest here too for any sort of quick loot we find. If it is a thunderstorm, we can sleep. It is not a thunderstorm though. So let's get these torches enabled. Always sort of a toss-up between having your torches and the hotbar or having the shield. Because we just got to this area, a little mechanic called local difficulty is not very high, which means that we're not going to find many mobs in here outside of just the ones that generated in. So we can sort of explore this awesome woodland mansion. Again, let me just explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Basically, you want to pick a direction and you want to light up everything that isn't spawn-proofed. In Minecraft 1.18 and onwards, which 1.18 changed a lot, in fact, sort of a lot of recent updates changed tons. Unless something is completely pitch black, and there is a vindicator, but unless something is completely pitch black, then it cannot spawn anything. And so because of that, we just have to basically place down torches if we cannot see literally anything there. And so for instance, this corner right here, this is at light level 2. And so that's still going to be safe. And we can actually hear allays here. I completely forgot about allays, to be honest. Not about the fact that they're in the game, but just about the fact that we could find them at the mansion here. So we're going to have to do a contest pretty soon here to find out what we're going to name them. So how to defeat the Vindicators right here. We'll show you the easy method, which is place down a boat. Trick them into the boat, and there you go. They've been tricked into the boat. And now we can, of course, get them. And actually, I will kill this one because I already heard it. But when we find the next one, we'll save that and we'll actually use that name tag like I said I would do. So just for fun, why not? And I think it's actually getting to be near nighttime. Looks like it anyway. We'll see if we can sleep. We can indeed, so we'll sleep there. Someone said, why don't I travel through the nether to go back? I may do that. It just depends on if I can get some easy obsidian. Probably should have brought some obsidian, so you have to be always sort of careful with that. Well, there are 2 Vindicators right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort of grab a Vindicator. We can kind of try and collect these. We actually have good armor. I guess they're both in there, so we're going to save both those maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll get one of them. We'll get this one, because why not? And then we will name the other Vindicator with the name tag we brought called Johnny, which means I think we put it here in the ender chest for whatever reason. We now have the Johnny Vindicator there, and it means it'll try and kill literally anything. So maybe if there's another mob following us, we can kind of lure it over to where this Vindicator is and get the Vindicator to get it for us. We'll go this way. And we need to find the rest of this that we have not lit up. So, of course, woodland mansions are something that's sort of, although somewhat rare, have a lot of opportunity to them, a lot of opportunity that people often don't use, but they're actually really great for sort of converting into a base. I mean, even like right here, we have a completely pre-made pumpkin and melon farm. Is it a very good pumpkin and melon farm? Not really, but it is kind of cool looking, so we have that. And this is interesting. This is actually a really rare type of prison. You'll notice there's a creeper there, so have to be very careful. A bow would have actually been really smart to bring. Let's see if we can get this creeper. Where did the creeper go? It's hiding. There we go. But basically, this is actually one of the rarest, there we go, one of the rarest prison structures when we're looking at right here. Very cool looking. I like this one a lot. There's a kind of a weird little redstone line, very inefficient. You'd think they should put it up here instead, but there we go. Sort of a more luxury prison with the table here, maybe an interrogation or something. I'm not sure, but that is pretty cool looking. And we'll go over here. I hear all those allays, but I don't think they're accessible from right here. So oftentimes there are secret rooms in the woodland mansions, lots of them. So of course we have that. But you know, in general, we don't have to look for those just yet. That's kind of the last step. So let's take a look at what we have. Of course, no loot so far, but that's just kind of how it goes. So we'll take a look over there, and then we will try and find loot. And we'll go this way. So we lit up behind there. We lit up this way. We're going to go this way and try and find out what's here. In terms of the loot itself, now this is actually a very obvious hidden room, but in terms of the loot itself, it's usually better the higher up you go as well. And it seems like there's a lot more sort of places to go this direction than there were the other direction. We're going to equip our shield. Oh, so we weren't able to equip it in time, but usually you'd equip your shield. We actually have good armor, so it doesn't matter too much, but generally you would do that. And we'll go this way. And we're going to grab the hostile mobs here. You'll notice actually there's more hostile mobs already than we first came, and that's basically just because of that local difficulty mechanic being annoying, and the fact that of course we're going to get more and more of these the longer we do this for. So there's some gunpowder though. That's actually going to be useful for firework rockets. This is a very obvious fake, sort of not fake, but hidden room here. We can see, let's get our torches re-equipped there. We have a singular kind of, also sort of a fake tree here. We have this. And also thank you to Maxon for resubscribing to be a member of the iSquad for 2 months. So thank you so much for that. And this is an interesting little structure here. You always get an efficiency 1 iron axe, and it always, there's no variability in that. It's always an efficiency 1 axe, nothing else, nothing less in there. It's quite interesting little thing there. Of course, in certain structures like this, you often don't have many hostile mobs because it's already carpeted. We have to be careful of those creepers because when I usually raid a woodland mansion, I always want to kind of, you know, keep it safe, keep it kind of undestroyed. And so something like this with a creeper, it's a little bit more annoying. Now we could, if we wanted to for fun, go for a music disc if we can do that. We might not risk it, so we'll probably just not for this time. But I guess we could use a boat if we find another creeper and try that. Someone asked, they said, how do you know so much about Minecraft? Well, that's a good question. I don't just read everything off the wiki like some people say, although of course I use the wiki, it's a good resource. Definitely I would say the vast majority of my knowledge is not from there. Most of what it's from is from playing the game, but also kind of studying the game. So when I play Minecraft, I don't just play it to sort of experience what I do. I also try and kind of, you know, observe everything I see and then learn from it and remember that. I try and, I don't know why, I actually don't have a very good memory in real life, but for Minecraft things, I have a great memory, so I'm not sure what that's about, but I tend to remember most things about the game once I hear them, so that's part of that. And also there was actually a long amount of time, probably about 4 years, where this is before I was a YouTuber, but where I actually barely played the game at all, and I was mostly just studying the game, just I found it such an interesting game, Minecraft. So I've always been very interested in sort of exactly how the game works and all that, sometimes even more than playing the game itself, although of course I do love playing it, and I played a lot more now than I used to. But I do find it to be kind of interesting both ways. That's basically why I know so much. And here is a Vindicator, and oh, there's 2 of them. Okay, we're going to run. So you notice there we got quite a bit of damage in one hit. That's because it's hard mode mostly. We are running out of food as well. We're going to have to be a little careful here, actually. It's kind of a dangerous scenario. We're going to use a boat there real quick. There we go. That boat saved us for sure. You guys have to be really careful with these kind of things, and we probably should have had a boat on us, but we're sort of on our hotbar. But yeah, sort of, although the Vindicators kind of rudely interrupted your question there, that is why I know so much about Minecraft. And also when a new update comes out, I always try and sort of study it fully until I know everything that's coming. So for instance, in the newest 1.20 snapshot, we actually are going to get a new model for the Vex, which is really exciting because the new sort of texture and model for the Vex looks very, very similar to that of the LA, which I think is sort of hinting to an eventual conversion mechanic, which a lot of people kind of guessed would be in the game already, just because the Vex and the LA before they were changed looked similar, but now they look almost the exact same, just different sort of colors. And so basically there's another Vindicator. Basically the new Vex model is literally just the LA, but it has kind of the Vex face on it, so that's interesting, for example. Let's go over this way. I think we've almost, so I hear another one of them, but I think they're above. You can hear them very loudly, though. It's always kind of funny, the audio there, but we'll go this way. We're not going to free the LAs yet. Generally, when you're raiding a woodland mansion, you don't want to do that until very last, because the LAs can get hurt by different mobs, but we can count how many there are. There seems to be, I think, 3 in here. It looks like 3. I'm going to say at least 2. And then we have in here, we have 1. We'll try and make that one not escape yet. This one has maybe none. No, this one has 1. Oh, don't escape. That actually has 2. So that's 6 and then 7. So there's at least 7 allays, maybe 8, which is pretty good. That's a lot of allays. I found that it seems like woodland mansions can have like up to 20 allays sometimes. So that's pretty cool. The reason why I'm punching into this mob right here is because at the center of the head here of the Vindicator is a lapis block, which is kind of interesting. Now, I'm not sure if we can find it. Might not actually be in this one, but I think it is. Yeah, here it is. Here's a lapis block. You can see that right there. It's kind of a sort of a funny mechanic there. It's like they have lapis for brains. I'm not sure why lapis is the block of choice there, but it is. So we'll just place those blocks back there for now, sort of give it like a big ear or something. But we'll wait for that, and we'll grab that lapis later, since, again, sort of the steps are spawn proof and kill all the mobs in the woodland mansion. Second of all, get the loot. And then, of course, third of all, we can get like the secondary loot, like maybe the lapis block there or some of the wool blocks. Alright, so just like the last time we went up here, oftentimes going up these stairs is really dangerous. We're going to get a boat equipped. Come up here, there could definitely be tons of these. Might not, but there probably is, so we'll take a look. I sure love the view out here. It's always nice, the sort of woodland mansion view from there. This kind of cuts off really quick, so there probably is some secret stuff back here. There's a bunch of mobs already, as I sort of expected there to be. See if that one's going to get stuck. It did, which is perfect. Again, boats are so overpowered. In fact, I made a video a while ago called Boats Are Overpowered, and it's because they definitely are. So always use boats when you can, because just like stuff like that, you know, these guys are pretty dangerous. So those sort of quick thinking things can save your life often, like just right here. Capture it, then get it. So then you sort of have the upper hand there as much as you can. And we'll take a look around sort of the side rooms. There's a creeper, which again, we don't want that to explode. We want to keep this really nice looking mansion sort of intact. I would say the woodland mansion is probably the nicest looking structure. I'm not sure. The ancient city actually is is quite decorative as well, but there is a sort of hidden skeleton there. I can barely even see it, but let's just hope no Vindicators come behind us. Death spirals are usually the thing to be afraid of, which is basically when there's like a bunch of mobs that kind of gang up at you on sort of come to you at once, and then from there you can have an issue. So it's a nice library room though. I always love the Woodland Mansion as sort of a decorative thing, and we could, like someone was suggesting, make a portal here later, which is probably actually the best idea. Now this is where that one Vindicator was, and we do still have a boat on our hotbar here, so you can be careful. And someone says to get all the bookshelves. I may get the bookshelves. We may also do it a little bit later just because they're not super useful right now, but if we had a bookshelf build, then definitely we should grab those. And this one probably also has a Vindicator that might have ran out earlier, so that's okay. Near the windows, it's always good to be careful and sort of imagine what this area would look like when it's dark, because I've had times I've spawn-proofed these, thought they were spawn-proofed, but they ended up not being that way, because I was not thinking of what it would look like when it's dark. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of these, so we're going to have to be careful again, put down a boat. And it looks like those ones did not get captured in the boat, so we're going to have to be really careful. Sometimes these things end up just being big runs down hallways. They're sort of a little bit slower than you, so you can outrun them, but they're definitely faster than walking. So you still have to be pretty careful. And it looks like one of them got captured. Now that maybe, I'm going to zoom in so we can see. Now those are all Vindicators, but you have to be careful, because of course if it's the Evoker is so much more dangerous. So let's get this guy captured. Sometimes they even walk right over the boats, so you have to be careful. And let's go through here. And someone said, do I hate Vindicators? I don't hate Vindicators, but I do find them to be quite a dangerous mob. So in that sense, I do dislike them because they're pretty difficult. But especially on hard mode, actually, I found they, because I always play on hard mode. Ooh, there's an enchanted iron sword. But on hard mode, their damage is even more because just the way that the difficulty affects the game. And this is actually quite a rare zombie, as hopefully it'll drop its sword, but it did not, of course, as, you know, these rare things usually never end up happening. Let's go back to the base of the mansion so we can sleep, as of course that's, you know, generally good is to deal with as few mobs as possible, even though we are inside of a big build. Better to not experience, you know, sort of issues if we don't need to. So we're going to go back down here and sleep out here, and hopefully there's no mobs right outside. Sometimes, sort of once you've just started to raid the Woodland Mansion, you want to actually grab that bed, and you want to bring that inside, and we might do that. The only problem is we of course have our pet Vindicator here, or whatever it be, our sort of captured Vindicator, not really a pet, and then sometimes it doesn't let you sleep if you're too close to that. But we'll grab some of our extra torches too, we put out here. And we can kind of equip that all correctly now. Get our boat back there. These, like, 3 boats are going to be the thing that makes this run the most successful. So it's always kind of funny. It's so weird to me, these little generation, like, issues. Like, these should be kind of the other way, right? Like, I would assume, just based on the way that this sort of looks, that these should sort of be facing, like, this direction, like this. Like, that looks a lot better anyway to me. So I'm assuming that's what it's supposed to be. But I guess just a bug that they went this way. So it's kind of funny how little things like that take a long time to be fixed oftentimes, but you know, of course Minecraft's a pretty complicated game. Here's this kind of interesting understairs area. This is always like a little secret. I kind of like this. It's cool to have this sort of secret, and you can look out, see your view out here. Very beautiful little area, even though it's just sort of under a stairway, but still pretty cool stuff. We'll put that there. Right, let's light this up. Just 1 torch needed. I kind of like the roof here, 2 very decorative roofs. Something scared the life out of me. That actually scared me. I did not experience that. Did not. Oh my goodness, I did not expect that at all. But good thing I have good armor. That would have probably been death. But here we go. Oh boy, that could have nearly been time to use the oof and the X'd out eye emoji there. But anyway, we have survived. I think I went from down the stairs, but I honestly couldn't tell you. Let's go this way and take a look at what's around here. Now we have, most of this is lit up already, so this might actually be fully raided this side, I think. It looks like it, so we're going to go around. Of course, again, there's going to be secret rooms here and there, but, you know, we'll go like this. And someone said they jumped in their chair too, so at least I'm not the only one there. It definitely scared me quite a bit, so we'll go this way. And I guess it's just sort of part of Minecraft has, you know, very occasional jump scares with a creeper or something. Keep things interesting at very least. There's the skeletons. We'll use our shield here. Do that. And go like this. Someone said, when is 1.20 supposed to be out? Well, we don't know for sure. but sort of the current guess is going to be likely sometime mid-2023. I'm assuming earlier, like maybe around April, like let's say when, April was when 1.14 came out, so I'm assuming it could be around that. Again, we have some more sort of dangerous... Oh, and there is a evoker. Now, the evokers are really deadly. Actually, I've been discussing about how that was deadly a while ago in a different video. And the evoker is quite a dangerous mob, so we don't actually really want that in a boat. It doesn't matter which way. That is one thing I forgot, just so if anyone's sort of using this as a guide, is a bow. A bow is a really good item for evokers because, the drop rate of important items they give you is very unaffected by looting because, they just... Oh, there's 2 baby zombies. 3 baby zombies. It's a family of zombies here, but anyway, what they drop is really unaffected by looting, so it doesn't really matter in that case. And we'll do that, and of course here's the mobs fighting each other like they kind of tend to want to do. And we'll grab these. So ideally in this situation we'd want to just run and sort of rush the evoker and then go from there. So I think we're going to do that. Again, not always the best idea, but we're going to eat our food, get nice and high on the saturation there. I'll get a little drink of water here and then we'll go. Someone said, do I burn down the woodland mansions to locate the obsidian diamond shape that encases the diamond block? I don't like burning down the woodland mansions, because although it's fun, they're not that common. And generally you can just find that with sort of some general tricks. Okay, so here is the most dangerous one. We actually killed it really quick, and you'll be wondering, well, why is it dangerous if we killed it so quickly? That's because these right here, and these are like what I was saying, they'll be sort of I just killed that one actually. The ones, there's 3 of them. There we go. We can try and not get killed by the creeper there, but the Vexes are the ones getting retextured, but the problem is they're actually pretty dangerous because they have this nice enchanted sword. And so because of that, you have to be really careful that the Vindicator or the Evokers don't have enough time to sort of summon in those Vex, but there we go. So I see some more mobs. There's one of the big libraries. That's actually really valuable, so I'm glad we found that. Not insanely valuable once we have like books and stuff, but there we go. I'm doing really good with these Vexes today, which is nice. Not usually that good of a shot with them, but there we go. Actually didn't have to put a torch there, but that's okay. We'll do the boat method for the Vindicator there, like I was saying earlier. Glad actually it happens, so I can show you. Sometimes they don't get in the boat, I'm not sure why, but there we go. Look at that. We're gonna get this. They're all fighting each other. It hit it, and we're just gonna let like the mob war happen. This is amazing. Look at this. The skeleton's all preoccupied, so we can just like get it from behind. They're so stupid. I always love it when things like that happen. It's kind of fun. So we're gonna grab this, not get hit by the mob that's trapped. That's a bit silly. Drop the iron there. I think that was the zombie. In fact, it was. We're going to look here for creepers. Sometimes you can kind of get these beautiful buildings to be destroyed by creepers because they'll be between the bookshelves or whatever, on top of the bookshelves. That's really common. Very nice looking structure though. I always like this. It's sort of like, little reading corners, studying corners, sort of, I'm not sure what these little cracks here are meant to be for. I guess I just didn't have these be really close to each other, but very nice. And of course, these very thick and large bookcases with tons of valuable books. So we'll put the torches at the top there, so it's sort of lit up at the top, and then we're going to take a look around here for anything else that we have not yet raided, or sort of not raided, but lit up, spawn proof, that kind of idea. And there is a Vindicator now. I believe, now that I think about it, that is where the Evoker was from that room right there, because I think that's one of the rooms that has all 3 of them. And go this way. Someone said they were watching one of my tutorials and they realized that I am the Bob Ross of Minecraft. I'm not sure if I am or not, but I'm glad you think that. We'll go this way. I actually love this room. It's quite nice. The sort of big U-shaped meeting room. You'd assume like the head evoker would be sitting here and kind of giving a speech, and then you'd have all the Vindicators sitting there or something fun. It's kind of interesting to imagine what the Woodland Mansion is about. Very much a lore-dense structure, which I enjoy. We'll go this way and see what we get. Okay, another library. This is very good, but again, like I was saying earlier, we can take, in fact, exactly what I said. We can have those creepers, literally. Exactly. Creeper on top of the bookshelves, falls down, can be an issue. These guys are really fast, but the trick is if you get the knockback right, you don't even need the boat. Well, now let's hide behind here. If the creepers can't see you, they'll stop their exploding timer. So just like that, we weren't actually that far away, but we kind of went around the edge. This could also have another creeper between the bookshelves or on top, so we'll be careful of this. But it is funny how these sort of scenarios tend to become really similar, like how I sort of predicted that we'd have the creeper on top of one of those and it happened. It's, you know, that's not really that crazy actually of a chance, because it's fairly common for stuff like that to happen. So I see a room here, and I don't think there was a door into it. Oh no, there was. It's right here. I see, we just didn't light it up right. There we go. So I think that's the first 2 floors sort of visible rooms done. Now from the top there, it looked like the 3rd floor was fairly large. Sometimes the 3rd floor is actually really small, like maybe 2 rooms. I've had that happen before, so we'll have to be careful here. This floor is often really dangerous. In fact, there's a creeper to sort of just remind us of that from the get-go. It looks like the creeper isn't even hitting us, but the baby zombie is. So we'll just get this baby zombie right here. There we go. Wasn't too bad. And I have no idea why the creeper is not aiming for us. It's really strange. There it goes. There we go. We'll sort of lure it out to a more safe area for us to get it from. Hide around the corner. We seem to be 2-hitting these. I think we must have a sharpness sword. We do. Sharpness 5, looting 3. I forgot how good of a sword that was, actually. Super good sword. Alright, there's another one of these rooms, and this could have a mob somewhere, but there's not. Alright. Almost always secret rooms here. Now there is one of those guys, of course, the evokers. I know I keep not saying their names, but there we go. I'll go this way. You can sort of see the roof out there. Not a massive roof. I love these. It's supposed to be a map. Very interesting sort of lore. Like this is a desert or like a beach. This is like a forest. This is the ocean. Always kind of fun to do that. You know, I don't really see a good reason why Mojang couldn't have in the Woodland Mansions, you know, of course, only be there once you get near it, but actually generate a real map, like an actual 5x5, you know, Woodland Mansion in the middle map. That would be like the coolest thing, because like maps don't generate at all in the Minecraft world, like, you know, filled in. So it sort of would be cool that way. Let's kill that. Now we have those Vindicators and the Vexes, so we have to be careful here. Might try and get them without the boat just for fun. There we go. Not actually that difficult, but mostly because we have the Sharpness 5 sword. We are on hard, right? Yeah, we are on hard. There we go. Seemed too easy for a second there. And, oh, there's a skeleton. We'll grab that. We do have pretty good armor, though, so that's probably what it is. I mean, I've done Woodland Mansion raids before with no armor, which is doable, but not that easy. I'm not doing it as well this time. There we go. Yeah, I think the reason why they changed the Vex texture, not only for lore, but also because it sort of doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, there's too many pixels to it. There we go. That wasn't too hard, though. Oh, there's another one of the Vindicators, but there's a creeper nearby, so this one's actually really smart. One of those has a flame sword, and there's a creeper. Uh-oh, here we go. Here's a death spiral. We'll eat some potatoes, and we'll try and get some of those. You'll saw that hit there by the Vexes are usually actually pretty good. And we'll try and kind of get away from the creeper, not because it's that dangerous, but just because we don't really want to have an issue with that. So we'll go over here. Now the creeper is probably coming down the stairs pretty quick, I would assume. We're going to find out. There's the creeper. Oh, there we go. Try and run down the stairs. It's always annoying to try and fix things that creepers destroy. There's the sun setting, and oh, there is the totem, and there is some of the Vexes. We'll hit that. There we go. But both of those, actually, that was a pretty good shot. And then this one is here. Oh, we hit it once, and we'll hit it twice. There we go. I feel like I'm getting a bit better at aiming. We'll go this way, and we'll light this up. It's kind of a fun-looking, like, traditional, I don't know, like, bedstead thing. Seem to be a lot of mobs there, so we're going to go this way, put down a bed, or actually we'll sleep in the bed we put at the base of this, and go that way. And try and find the, right over here. And as Samdachem was saying in the chat there, feel free to like the video if you're watching it right now. It'll make it reach more people. The more likes we can get, the more people will be watching this live, which is pretty cool. So we're going to go this way. And we are going to now go back up to the top. So we need to... This actually looks a little dark. I'm not sure if I did not light this all up correctly, but they're a little bit dark over there. Let's take a look at what we have already. We have 3 Totems of Undying. That is pretty cool. Obviously, 3 totems is already quite a bit. Now, there's probably 1 or 2 more. We're going to go over there. And I think just at the very top here, we should be able to find the rest of the items. Someone said, why are my Vexes not updated? Well, because 1.20 isn't out, and I'm not playing in the snapshots. In fact, I can't play in the snapshots, so they released them. So even if I wanted to, there would be literally no way to get the updated Vexes in this world. Alright, so there's a creeper. We'll get rid of that creeper there. Again, no bow, like I said. Ooh, we can get a music disc. Oh, come on, that was close. Really, please? No, we can't do it. Can't risk it. Like, I could risk it, but, you know, I don't really want to destroy the mansion there. There's an Enderman. We could even get that if we wanted, but there's not much of a point, so we have another chance. At least we got some creepers and skeletons. Looks like the skeletons are going to go start a war. You know, run back this way. Even with knockback, it's always good to sort of run after you've hit a creeper just to be safe, because generally they do tend to explode at a decently far distance still. It's like even there, you know, just going back a little ways ensures we don't destroy the structure. We're going to look for, sometimes mobs will be on the sort of crest there, the edge there, if we're not careful. So we're going to kind of go around this way and do that, and we're going to put down our torches, and this room is now spawn-proofed. Alright, so I hear Vindicators. I also see one of the wrestling rooms, or whatever those are, like a wrestling arena kind of idea, so it's supposed to be anyway. Those sometimes will have Vindicators, so we have to be careful. I think they can anyway, if I remember correctly. They usually have mobs, because there's lots of unlit area, and I see it, and I think there's just skeletons in this one, so if we ever do like a, I don't know, like a, there's Vindicator Wrestling Championships or something, it's kind of interesting. I feel like this is the perfect music, actually, we just had started playing now, because it sounds like something kind of Vindicator-ish, if that's a word, which it definitely is not, but I don't know, something like that. Okay, I see a skeleton, and I see actually two skeletons. This skeleton is kind of going down the stairs there. It's funny how they can sort of, like, mobs can kind of use stairs, they kind of can't. Like, they can, if they're pushed into stairs, they'll use the stairs, but, oh, and there's a creeper. We do not want to destroy this area up here, but if we have to, we have to. And there should also be a chest up here, which there is. This is kind of a funny thing, so we can, like, taunt the creeper and decide which way it goes. Like, if we want the creeper to go this way, we'll just walk this way, and the creeper will change its, we're sort of like circling around, there we go. That's really funny. And we can kind of stop the creeper this way anyway. Oh, that's kind of strange, just like hiding behind the fence there. Go there, hit it, hide, hit it. Oh, kind of hard because the hitbox there, I think it's actually the hitbox of the ladder is making it so the creeper couldn't see us. I'll have to remember that. Could be a trick for the future. But let's see what is in this chest, and it is complete garbage mostly. We have here wheat, rotten flesh. I mean, string's not horrible, but chainmail armor, nah, not very good. Oh well. Looks like that Enderman wants to be in the wrestling competition, which is kind of funny. I believe this thing has two fence gates, yes, like this, and then we can kind of go in here. It's kind of fun, I don't know, little wrestling arena thing. We'll put a torch there because it seems like it's only light because it's daytime, and maybe once we're done, oh, there's a Vindicator, and I think actually there are Vindicators that spawn in that room. I think they just walked out of it. Try and get this on a crit, there we go. Sometimes people ask me why I never do crits. I do try and do critical attacks. I just sometimes am too busy thinking about something else, like trying not to die. This is like a sort of a podium thing, like a, I don't know, like you sit here and have like a speech or something. They probably should have switched this to be a lectern as of 1.14, which was quite a while ago, so they definitely had enough time to do that. This is totally the wrestling arena room, because look how full it is of mobs. Now, I'm not sure if, I don't believe we've gone everywhere in the mansion yet. I'm not sure. I'll have to take a look, but this may be the last sort of fully unrated room. I'll have to check that one. Of course, there's going to be secret rooms, but I guess I'll have to do like an actual wrestling match with the zombie here. We'll have to sort of go like this, and actually we did get the zombie there. We've defeated it in the wrestling match, and it's going to be so annoying here to get the mobs up here. We can probably sort of trick them with the ladder here, like kind of get them as they're trying to descend, but it's going to be pretty annoying either way. So we'll probably grab those in a minute. It's not that important, honestly. We'll go this way, and we'll go over here. And hello to everyone on the stream right now. Lots of people saying hi, so hopefully everyone's enjoying the stream. Obviously, when you're doing raids like this, you'll be like, does not seem to be that many rooms up here, and usually that's because there's a secret. So there may not be a secret here, but I'm guessing that there is. So we're going to look for that secret. And basically, we just have to mine this way. I think if we go through here, we'll be to that wrestling room. I think we are. So I don't think there's actually any secret rooms directly here, but oftentimes there's like some roof sections and interesting things. So here's sort of our final and largest challenge, which is getting rid of all the mobs up here. We'll try that one. So if they kind of want to go to the top of the ladder there. There's a sword zombie. There should also be a creeper up here, which is going to be like the most... There's lots of creepers up here. Like the most annoying thing to deal with. Oh, there we go. Good thing we had to sharpen this sword. Oh, and down comes the creeper. I don't think I've ever seen the bottom texture of a creeper. Did you see that on the feet there? Look at that. That is so interesting looking. I've never seen the bottom foot texture of a creeper before. Oh, and of course it had to explode. But did you see it? That's so crazy. I've never seen that. That is, I just did not expect it to look like that. I thought it'd be sort of just like the rest of the texture, but no, it's kind of like these, I don't know, like whatever. Not sure how to describe it, but like kind of a paw or something of like whatever the bottom of the creeper is supposed to look like. Of course, although TNT does drop everything that it breaks, creepers do not, and so we'll have to fix this maybe later, but it did destroy it. That's pretty good though, only one creeper explosion so far, considering how many things there are. Tell me in the chat right there if you've ever seen creepers' feet texture before, because for whatever reason I never had seen the bottom of their feet there. I guess just because I'm not usually looking at the bottom of creepers' feet, but I suppose in certain farms you'd probably see it more, just because the way it generates. We'll go over here. And we'll grab this. Oh, there's a creeper. See their feet texture for a second time. Hopefully this time it won't destroy the ladder, but it probably will. I'll go this way. And we'll try and hit it. There we go. So we'll put a torch. We can. I don't see anything. Sort of be cautious because these are often pretty dangerous, and we'll kind of go around the edge. Oh my goodness, look at this. Could it not be more perfect? I mean, that's sort of the question to ask at this stage, and I would say it probably can't be that much more perfect because there's an enchanted golden apple. Definitely was worth the effort. Of course, we've only found like 2 loot chests in the entire structure, and like I was saying earlier, there does tend to be this trend of like these being kind of all or nothing. And this is of course one of those scenarios in which it's like awesome. So definitely, someone said it's rigged. It's not rigged. Like I have like 2 enchanted golden apples at my house. I have no need for them. It just is cool to find it. And we'll go this way. Later on I'll give out the seed and you can actually see that it, like, I don't know why I would plant a golden apple there. But anyway, we'll go this way, put that away, and put these items in here. We have a lead. The lead must have been from a loot chest. Huh, that's interesting. Redstone. I guess we'll keep 1 totem on us. If this was hardcore, of course, that totem would be much better. And we'll go like this. Someone said funny I mentioned it because they did see the bottom of creeper's feet recently. Yeah, it's kind of a funny texture. Let's see. Alright, so we'll grab this bow, I guess. There might be something. This is the roof, yes. But we'll look out at the windows, because generally the trick is to sort of at this stage, so we're now at the next stage of the raid, is to look for secret rooms, and we literally just found one. So you can see right here, this is a secret room, very dangerous, very deadly, because there's a lot of zombies. That's like 7 zombies. But yeah, basically there's these secret rooms that can generate, so we're going to look for them. There's one right there. We'll keep looking for another one. The trick is to sort of walk around the roof, look in the windows, because generally the secret rooms on this floor anyway are going to be exposed to the windows. You can kind of find things. And might not be any more here, but there could be. So I can't really go on this edge because it's kind of blocked off. So I can't really look for that. I guess I could use my elytra to look, but we'll have to raid this other thing. It doesn't look like I actually lit that up all the way. To fix that. We do have a silk touch pick, so we can sort of break through the windows safely without destroying it. And go up here and then just finish torching that off if we haven't already. Which, for whatever reason, we hadn't. I think because I was getting so surprised that we found the enchanted golden apple that I must not have. I'll actually break the chest there. Generally, very good idea is if you are raiding something and you get sort of the loot, to actually break the chest that the loot's in, so you don't come back there a while later and, you know, just check the habit or check the chest on habit, sort of. Alright, so there's this. This is going to be really hard to deal with. I wish I had, like, some better way of doing it. Like, I guess if I had like a firework launcher, that'd probably work really well, so I could sort of just blast them all from a distance. That'd be like perfect, a firework launcher in that scenario. Crouch down like this, I don't even think the creeper can see me. Maybe, oh no, the creeper can definitely see me. And the creeper exploded. So there we go, there's our answer to that question. It's becoming night and we're getting low on food. Let's sort of finish up here. I definitely do not want to waste a totem on something like this, so go this way. Someone said windows are blocked from the inside. Yeah, it's really interesting sort of how it's like it's a boarded up room, like almost, it's like they kind of boarded up from the inside, which is really strange if you consider like why would they do that. Sort of, again, interesting lore. Maybe like there was like they knew there was a lot of mobs here and they kind of trapped it. I'm not sure. Super interesting though. Alright, so there's got to be some mobs up here. Now there's 2 loot chests up here, and they can have the enchanted golden apples too. So this one could, it may not, it may have it, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna go up here and very careful. I think we're gonna go for the top actually. I think that'll be better. So let's take a look here. We're gonna actually, we're gonna pile up. We need to sleep first. We'll kind of go all the way back down and sleep because why not? And thank you to Dirtbag, who is definitely my most generous super chatter, for a $100 super chat that says, "Hi everyone, sorry I'm late." Hey, hello to you, Dirtbag, and thank you for joining the stream. It's always great to have you here, and it's always great to have everyone here. I really enjoy having all the people that come here regularly to sort of participate in the live stream. And of course, you know, if you've commented a bunch of times, I've never responded. I do try and respond to different things, and so of course we'll do that. And let's go through here. Let's go this way. Someone said, what do I use to record? I use OBS Studio, although right now I'm using Streamlabs because they're very similar, but I'm using Streamlabs just because it's a bit better for streaming, and also then my settings for streaming and recording are slightly different. And so by using both programs, I don't have to sort of switch between those, which ends up just being a waste of time. But we're on the 3rd floor, so it should be just over here, and we can grab that. There is sort of the area that the creepers exploded earlier, and right, we're going to go upwards. So we're going to go this way, we're going to pile up, and kind of find out a secret way to raid that from. It should be pretty fun. Alright, here we go. And there's a creeper on the roof, which is interesting. So we'll grab that creeper, of course. Oh, we actually got a bow. Here, we can use that. So we have all these arrows now. There we go. Kind of useless, but why not? I think I'll just grab this one with the sword, actually, because we need gunpowder. Funny enough, I feel like the most valuable thing, other than that enchanted golden apple we're going to get out of this raid, is the gunpowder from the creepers, because we need it so much. But this bow and these arrows are going to be great, although there's not many of them. Alright, so here's this. We can kind of hit these with an axe, actually, which is super useful. And they're actually going to burn, so they're kind of getting themselves from me, which is quite useful. We'll kind of open this up a little bit more here. We'll patch it up in a minute. There is a skeleton. I'm sure there's a creeper. If there were... Oh, just fell in. Well, good thing there is a creeper. There we go. Alright, we have to be really careful here. And grab the creeper first. Always important to do that. I should be using the sword. There we go. We should be okay with these skeletons. We always prioritize sort of the most dangerous mob, and of course the most dangerous mob in this scenario is the creeper, so we'll go this way. Again, some very strange generation here, like these weird stairs. Not sure what that's about. But are we ready to look in these chests? I think we are. So we're going to look in here. Probably nothing, honestly. Diamond toe, that's pretty good. We have cat, we have gunpowder, melon seeds, standard golden apple, pretty good stuff. Not shockingly good, but definitely decent loot. And this one has more standard. We got some iron, some wheat, beetroot, gunpowder, melons, and there is a lead, which does answer where the lead would be before. Let's see. We'll put these away in here. Alright, and I think it's going to probably get that full, which is good. And of course we have this chest here. Now, the mansion is not yet fully raided at all because we actually have to look for secret rooms on the other floors now. There's basically always one of these sort of strange secret rooms here. We're going to have to fix this up more later. But there's usually these kind of standard secret rooms. Interesting actually how the floor there is like different from all the others. You can kind of see that. Almost seems like it shouldn't be that way, sort of very obvious different colored floor. But either way, basically, there should be several secret rooms on the other two floors. Now there's about 2 or 3 ways of looking for the secret rooms. The first one is to copy the world, and we can sort of like look around in spectator, but we're not going to do that, of course. You could also just look at the seed the same way, but the main method is to kind of just look for like where should a room be. So for instance, we know there's only one room width between these two, so we're just gonna kind of look, see if there's an area that should have a room but doesn't. Like this is all full, that seems to be normal, this seems to be normal, and this kind of stops there, so that part's fine. We'll look this way. There could be like something around here. We can kind of block through, sort of dig through different walls. That generally tends to work. We're going to rescue the allays soon too, and everyone can kind of spam the comments at that point with different names for the allays. This seems to all be fairly standard. Again, we'll just kind of keep mining through walls looking for secrets. This, there we go, goes through that way. Going through here. Creating the perfect music this stream. I feel like this very adventurous kind of exploring music. We'll go this way. Someone said they've always wanted to transform a woodland mansion to just live in it. And they said the end result would be really cool. It'd just be very hard to get there. I guess it would. I think that, of course, if you're building a massive base already, it'd probably be somewhat easier. But of course, if you want to sort of upgrade and sort of, you know, fix up the entire thing, it's going to be more difficult. Let's put this away in here. Get all these sorted around. So we need to mostly just kind of axe through different walls. Look for that. We'll try the bottom floor first. Of course, there's different issues we can deal with. Now, this is like a very obvious secret room. In fact, we may as well just open this up, because why not? And as someone was saying in the chat, that more people definitely need to like the video. If you're watching the stream right now, there's no reason why you can't just press that like button. Not because of any reason, except for the fact that it makes this stream reach more people, so they can enjoy the same live stream that you're enjoying right now. And we'll go this way right here. And this is kind of interesting thing, like a really tall sort of table, and then the two shorter ones, like maybe these ones are for the Vindicators, and this one is for the Evoker. Alright, this corner looks kind of suspicious, but it's not, because it sort of goes into that secret room. We'll keep looking. I never looked in this chest. This one always has 28 saplings, which is interesting. I actually really like this room. It's very interesting. I might want to build something like this in a house at some point, sort of just the sapling room. Of course, I guess like if there was a woodland mansion at spawn on the seed, maybe we could build our base there. Be kind of interesting to do that. I'm not sure if I'd want to, since of course, you know, you have to sort of base everything you're doing on that, but still could be fun. We could also harvest this farm here, but I don't really see a massive reason why we should. This could have a secret room. It doesn't look like it though, just two farms sort of parallel. It's like if we break this, yeah, look at that. It's like exactly parallel, two farms next to each other. That's kind of cool actually. And we'll just keep looking around here for secrets. Could be something this way, but there is definitely not. That just goes straight down. You can see there's the big cobblestone cube sort of funny thing you get underneath these. Always quite cool. And we'll look around here for any other rooms. And if you're just on the stream, or if you've watched me for a long time, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already to never miss these streams. But also, be sure to check out my social medias. So on Twitter, at Eyecraft_MC. Join the Discord. There should be a link in the description, but there also will be links in the live chat there. And join my Reddit r/Eyecraftmc. And feel free, for instance, to like tweet me on Twitter or to @ me on Discord with any questions you have. May or may not answer, but it's always kind of cool to have that level of interaction. And so be sure to check those out if you want. I also have a Twitch, twitch.tv/Eyecraftmc. And a second channel as well that's called iBirtham, I believe. So we'll go back to Minecraft here. And I can't really see any secret rooms so far. I really do not seem to be many around here. Now, there's a chance of there being none, but there's very likely to be quite a few secret rooms. I guess if we heard any hostile mobs, which in fact I do. Hear a spider. Yeah, no, this could be a trick. Because if we hear hostile mobs, they can't spawn. They can't spawn where it's not spawn-proofed, right? Oh, there it is. There's a spider. There's where it's hiding. It's right over here. It's kind of on the roof. Can't even reach it. It's so high up there. It's funny how they sort of, like, it is aggressive right now. It will try and attack me if it wasn't there, but because it's in the roof, it just doesn't go down. It's funny, you can kind of get them stuck. Like, I'm not sure if that's an AI glitch or just the way they work, but it does seem to be a little bit strange. Again, we'll check through here. Nothing really here. That's just kind of the way of looking for secret rooms, more or less, just kind of digging holes in different walls. We'll try this on the second floor. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the one down here. I was like, wait, I hear a Vindicator, but no, it's this one down here. I guess this is like you're the lone survivor of the entire mansion. This one right there. Someone said, could I make a basic tree farm for large trees? Well, I definitely can make that, and I'm sure I'll make something like that later on this world. If you're wondering how to make one of those, I do have a video about it. The video is called The Ultimate Minecraft Tree Farming Guide. It's now a little bit out of date, and I'll probably make a new one because neither mangrove nor bamboo wood was in the game at that time, but it is still fully relevant for the woods that it covers, including nice small sort of semi-manual but optimized designs for that. And we have a super chat from Father of Chaos, and it says, has anyone ever converted a woodland mansion into a trading hall / apartments for villagers, like mall style? That's actually a really cool idea, and I like that too, because it's sort of like you're kind of taking the, you know, the pillagers and the illagers will take over the villages for themselves. I guess you'd assume they are anyway. I'm not sure why else they'd be attacking them. Then you can kind of do the opposite there and take over the woodland mansion for the villagers. That's a really cool idea, actually. I can keep looking through here, and I really cannot see any secret rooms here. We could look in the windows again. That could work. So if we kind of go on the edge here, we can kind of walk along there or try and find anything, but there's a chance there's nothing else. There generally is a couple more secrets, so I'd be surprised if there isn't here, but we'll take a look for anything. So we'll kind of go this way, sort of crouch along the edge here of the area. Kind of cool to see the nice terrain, actually, this cool little area there and stuff. Sort of mine this out in a very strange way to dropped a block down there. That's annoying. If it go like this, no one will know the difference. There is a block there. No one will know. We'll go this way. I'll try and find something and go over here. And let's try and take a look at what else is here. Now I see this looks pretty dark there, actually. We might not have lit that up. I think we did. We'll take a look to double check, sort of. And no, we didn't actually. We have to put one more torch. There we go. So we're already sort of revealing secrets of a sense going around the edge here. I'll take a look and put those there. I'll go this way. And we have, what else do we have around here? Not much I can see so far in terms of secrets. Maybe a secret over here, maybe not. We'll find out. Doesn't look like it. Too bad we can't sleep on these beds right here because they're kind of fake and decorative. So we'll have to go back down to the base. And then from there we can, of course, sort of just sleep and keep exploring around the edge. So I kind of remember where we were before. We'll have to go back to that area and keep traveling around the edge of the structure to try and find any potential secrets that there are. And there may not be any, but of course, you know, if there are, those are where you usually find like the loot chests and stuff. And actually move the bed here so it's not in the rain. So we'll go this way and we can sleep. And we'll go this way. And someone said to say their name, please, which is little_cookie_G. There we go. Put those items away. Right, we have this, and I think we'll just go back around the edge. Well, there's a creeper there. Actually, we could probably use this sort of ledge here to explore. We have to be careful of this creeper, though. Sort of going to be a challenge. Not really a challenge, but, you know, a slight challenge. We can grab this creeper. There we go. Take a look around here if there's anything. I don't remember seeing this kind of thing here, but I guess we did. Sort of explore around that way a bit, though. Kind of try and find any exposed windows or anything. I guess we'll just kind of walk around here like we did before. It's kind of funny because we can like just barely crouch through here because when it gets lower, then we have this stair that we can go on top of. I'll go this way. I don't see much here so far, but we do still have this nice terrain. Actually, I think we must have gone here because I remember pointing this part out. So if we go back, or that's the right pickaxe. We'll go this way. We'll kind of look for a little bit longer. If there's nothing, there is nothing, and that is what it is. But there probably is a little something. Well, I'm not actually sure, so we'll go this way. I've not looked at this mansion previously, so I actually have no idea what else we have here. Because of course, you know, sort of a actual finding it out as we go is more fun. And we'll go this way. There's sort of the bottom of the stairs. Now this could have something secret here. I feel like there's a bigger chance of it than somewhere else. And sort of this weird underneath area. But other than that, I think we'll just grab the lapis block from the statue of the Vindicator there. The sort of wool art of the Vindicator. And then from there we can just kind of keep going. Now, I don't think there's any secrets, honestly. I mean, I'm sure there's like maybe one secret room I'm not going to be able to find because it's like crazy hidden. But I feel like in general we have dug through a lot of walls. We've gone through a lot of windows. It does not seem to be that much. So we placed the glass there wrong, of course. So we'll just grab that and put that back. And then we're going to grab that lapis. Now, I think the lapis block was in the first floor. So we're going to have to look for that one. And of course also there wasn't really any wool storage. There was the sort of Vindicator wool building, but I'm not sure if I really want to, you know, just destroy it for the wool because it looks pretty cool. We don't have that much of a direct use for wool yet, so probably not worth it. Here's that weird kind of secret prison build, which is cool. Be very awesome if, like, there'd be like a really rare chance of, let's say, like, you know, 10% chance, sort of like maybe the igloo, where like maybe we dig this up and there's like a little tunnel that goes to like a secret, you know, pillager laboratory or some interesting thing like that. I'll go this way. And again, nothing really here in terms of loot, so we'll go on the other side. That should be where both those allays are, as well as the Vindicators. And I guess bringing the allays back is actually going to be really hard. We might have to just sort of explode, like sort of just walk. So I'm not sure if the allays will be able to travel fast enough, because I don't think they teleport to you. I think they have to sort of manually move. We'll try and take a look for that. It might actually also be the second floor too that has the wool structure there. So take a look for that. I know it's right here, right next to each other. There we go. So we'll grab the lapis block right there. All right, and then I guess we could sort of just re-put this together. We did actually bring shears. May as well use the shears since we made them and went to all the work of getting them. We may as well break that. But now that we have totems, it's awesome, because not only can we use those for, let's say, defeating a wither later on, we can also use them for a lot of other stuff as well. So we'll kind of, maybe we'll put like a torch where its brain is or something, I don't know. We'll kind of fill it up like that. There we go. And in terms of, again, not an insane amount of loot we've been able to get so far, but I'm pretty happy with it. And I think that, you know, as time goes along, we'll be able to get more and more interesting things through here. And of course the allays are actually quite a big deal, although we can now duplicate allays because we're in 1.19.2. It's still pretty good. I think we'll give each of the allays an arrow or maybe an emerald. That'd be kind of fun. We'll give them each an emerald, and we'll eat some food here real quick to kind of get our hunger back up here. But we'll get the final count of allays and we'll find those. So we have 3 here. 1, 2, 3. I love how they're so bright that you can actually see them even in the dark at the full brightness. That's really cool. This one probably just has 1. It does. That is 4 allays. This one has 2. So that is 6 allays. And then this one is 1. And so that is 7 allays. So now for what everyone's been waiting for, we have 7 allays. And what that means that the people in the chat will get to decide what their names are. So I want you to spam, and I mean spam, as many names as you possibly can for those allays. We have 7 allays, so we need a lot of names to pick from. So spam like crazy, as many allays as you possibly can. We want insane amounts of names. Tons and tons and tons of names, and then from those names, of course, we can pick what they're going to be with the allays there. And I'm not going to stop until we have enough names to get just a ton of variety there, so we can kind of decide on the right one. But as we wait for this name to sort of stream in as fast as possible there, we're going to put our treasure inside of here. We do have this elytra, so we could try, actually we should probably grab the elytra first. We could try to kind of fly back, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to. We'll try. We'll grab this. We could actually combine these, which is a horrible idea, so we're not going to do that, but we could do that. There's like certain things like that you can do in the game where you just wonder, like, why would you do that? It's just such a bad idea. But we'll break this, and we have a ton of names there, which is perfect. Let's keep having more and more. We'll grab the bed here, of course, because we're not going to be here any longer. And we'll equip the elytra, and we'll try flying a little bit with them. Hopefully they keep up. We'll sort of let them all come out to us first for a second, just over here. We're gonna have to go, I guess, straight south. So here we go. Got tons of names there, and lots and lots of that. So we'll let that go in. We actually have some allays already at our current base, so we're gonna have now 11 allays, which is kind of fun. So I'm not actually sure where all the allays are, honestly. It'll be very hard to bring them all back correctly, because yeah, I don't even see them all right now. So we're gonna have to kind of find that one out, I guess. If there's some emeralds, there's not. So we could sort of try and find the things for that. And then, yeah, they're all gonna, yeah, I really don't think they're gonna follow us correctly. So we're gonna have to probably do, I guess they will follow us, but we'll find out what happens. We're just gonna kind of walk south. We're going to see if they do follow us, and if they do, awesome. And if they don't, then we're going to have to find a different way, or maybe just kind of let the ones that come back with us, those will be the survivors, although that's not very nice to the allays, but, you know, there's that. And we'll go this way. Oh, there's some pillagers. That's interesting. they're sort of next to the outpost. I guess we could imagine some sort of a story with that. Maybe they're here to be like the backups because the Vindicator sort of called on backups because we were raiding it there. I've never had that, I don't think. Well, maybe once before, but not commonly to have the pillager raids be next, or the pillager patrols to be next to there. So we'll go this way. And we're going to start picking some names. So one of the names we had, and we'll pick this one because a bunch of people are saying it, is this one. And then we're also going to do, lots of people are saying Bob. We might have actually had one named Bob. I'm not going to pick too many until we come all the way back, because then we can kind of remember which ones we had already, because we already do have 4 allays. And how many of these allays are you can come back? Like 2 of them? Hopefully. Oh, there's a 3rd one. We'll find out how fast they are. We're not even going that fast, so we'll have to sort of discover the rest of the allays. Also, someone became a member a while ago. Thank you for that. And we also have a super chat for $5. Let me see if there was a message there. There was not. But thank you very much for that. And we'll go through here. I think we only just have like 1 or 2 allays to name. The rest of them are going so slow this time. We'll just keep going this way and sort of let them follow us. There's not much else we can do. Later on, we can go back, of course, and we can bring the rest back with, let's say, sort of nether tunnel there. We'll kind of walk this. So we're already 500 blocks there. I'm not sure if we'll walk the entire way. We could try flying for a minute and see if the allays can keep up, but I don't think they can. No, they can't. So we're gonna have to walk if we want to bring back some of the allays. In fact, there's only one of them following me now. Wait till to pick just one name now at this rate. There's another one. It's so funny how they're not that good at following, honestly. Yeah, like they're just not really following me. Oh no, there's a 3rd one. So maybe we have more than we thought, I'm not sure. So there's at least 3. At least 3. So I guess we'll just keep walking this way and hopefully get home in time. And we'll go this way. I'd love to hear in the comments how everyone's doing so far today. How's your Saturday doing? Maybe it's super early morning Sunday for you. If it is, be sure to comment that down below as well. And we'll go this way, and we definitely have lots of names there, and I'll have to go back and pick enough of them. I guess I could pick 7 names, so we can just kind of go back and then like get the actual allays for those 7 names later. Let's see if those 3 ones are still following. It looks like they are. Maybe if I put my mob render up, they would sort of follow from closer, I'm not sure. So I guess 3 is decent. The other 4 ones are probably just back in the mansion there, so it shouldn't be too hard to grab them later. We'll kind of go on a bit of an exploration here, so I guess that kind of fits with the theme, you know, going to the woodland mansion exploring. So we'll keep exploring for this long and basically go this direction. And thankfully allays, unlike let's say bees, are not allergic to the water, so we're not going to do badly crossing any water with them being there. And we'll go this way. And basically, looks like it's turning to be about nighttime, so we'll get our blue bed here, and we can sort of sleep as we're halfway there. Now we're about 1,000 blocks away from the mansion now. Definitely going a lot slower than we could be, but there's also some treasure we can collect. So for instance, like the sunflowers here. Now we have a selection of sunflowers, which is quite nice. We're going to sleep here real quick as we wait for those allays to come over. And I see a lava lake over there, so hopefully none of the allays jump in the lava lake. Let's take a look here. Also a flower forest, actually, which is pretty cool. In fact, we could probably do while we're at it, because why not? Because I think we can probably grab one of every single tall flower type. So we have the inventory space. Yeah, they're all kind of together here. So there's the lilac, there's the rose bush. We just need the peony, and then we'll have all 4. And I think I see one around here. Maybe not. It's always so cool, the flower forests. I feel like they have less flowers now in 1.18 onwards than they did in 1.17 and before, but they may not be true. I have noticed, though, that 100% there is way less flowers that generate in the game in Java than there is in Bedrock, but there's way more grass in Java than in Bedrock, which is kind of interesting. All right, another name that's been suggested a lot, and I think we'll grab it, is Vincent. So we'll put Vincent there. So we had Vincent, Navi. We also have, let's see here. We also have, what's another one that people keep saying? Someone's saying Whisper quite a bit. It's kind of an interesting name. We could do that one. There we go. And we'll pick, that's the 3, we only have 3 allays with us, but we'll keep looking for names because I'm not sure if there's other allays that we can't see that are behind us or not. So we'll keep going this way. I think we're still going south. We are. So we're just going to have to keep traveling this way for a long time, honestly. Sort of maybe collecting things as we go. And we have a super chat that says we should name one of them Grum. That's actually a really good idea, because it would turn it upside down, and I just realized this is a pink sheep, and I did not. That's very interesting. Was that a 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000? It's one of those. That's very interesting. We have a very rare pink sheep here, which is pretty crazy. So go this way. Someone asks, what headset / microphone am I using? Well, my microphone is definitely not a headset microphone. I'm using a Shure SM7B, which is like a sort of studio microphone. And then I do have a headset on. It's like a HyperX something. I don't know. My headset isn't like that amazing. I've had it for quite a while, but yeah, my microphone's a Shure SM7B and it has like the amp and all that. Keep going this way and sort of try and slowly bring all these allays back. I couldn't imagine how annoying this would be if we had like a Elder Guardian or something we're trying to bring back by minecart line. Just the amount of time, even through the nether, would just be absolutely crazy. So we'll keep going, and I do still see at least 3 allays that are following us, which is quite nice. So we'll keep going this way, and then hopefully we can make our way back in decent time. And we'll go this way. And as we're walking here for quite a while, feel free to ask any questions you have about Minecraft, as we're just going to be walking here for a little bit of time to sort of make our way back to where the base is, which is of course around 0, not quite at 0, but nearby there. And we'll kind of go this way, and we can sort of travel around. Here's a lake. We can probably just go on the land around here. We'll go this one. And we'll go over here. There's actually a dolphin there, so it's definitely an ocean of some sort. We'll have to kind of make sure the allays catch up, because we flew there for a bit. There's one allay. Where the other one's maybe too far. I see the other one over there. Yeah, it's coming towards us. There we go. There's at least the 3 of them. Keep going this direction. Someone asks, how do you find castles in the nether? Well, there could be 2 things you mean by castles. The first one could be the fortress, nether fortress, which is the most likely. Or you could be talking about the piglin bastions. Both the word bastion and fortress are sort of like castle, but I would say that with both of them it's basically the same, which is you can either use seed finders, or you can literally just explore and hope you'll find them. Unfortunately, there's not too much of a sort of rule to finding those. One thing that is good to know is that you cannot find any of the bastions inside of the basalt deltas, because I think the idea is they're both made out of black stone and basalt, and so it sort of would look weird if they were kind of, you know, both the same thing. Now, I think we actually went to that village on our way back before. I think we're gonna have to find that one out, but I believe we did, so we're probably getting a little bit closer. Still going basically straight south. Might have to go this way a little bit. Went this way. Someone said I just ran past some peonies, and I did actually grab one of them, so we're good, because we'll duplicate the rest of them with bone meal when we get back later. We could actually collect some meat here, because why not? Since we're not going to be here for a long time, so there's not, you know, too much of a reason to keep any living animals around here, since generally you don't want to kill any mobs that are right next to your base, but since these ones aren't that near to our base, it's not going to matter that much. And go this way. Someone said they've gotten kind of bored in their survival world. Do I have any advice? Well, I do have 2 videos, which both have in them 20 different things that you can do in Minecraft if you're bored. But as well as that, in terms of just the actual kind of idea behind how you would not be bored in your world, I would say just sort of imagine different, maybe if we're going with builds, for instance, imagine different things that you find to look quite cool in real life. Like, let's say maybe, you know, different, I don't know, like pieces of artwork, or like a government building, or like a skyscraper, or just, you know, something you find looks really cool. Maybe try building that. And then also setting yourself sort of challenges. Of course, Minecraft's a very kind of self-motivated game, so you need to have a lot of self-motivation to play it correctly. And so I would say that, you know, with that in mind, maybe, you know, yeah, setting like some goals would be good, and also sort of like, maybe like you want to raid a woodland mansion, so you could sort of like set yourself a thing of, well, you can only raid the woodland mansion once you've, let's say, collected 100 diamonds, or, you know, sort of set yourself out some challenges to kind of make there be more interest there. And another thing too is that, you know, to try and get the perfect amount of everything. I mean, some people will think they're kind of done with the game when they just have iron armor and a, you know, a small house, but really until you have like infinite sets of, you know, netherite armor and perfect enchantments on all of them and, you know, tons and tons of builds in every farm, there really is going to be not a practical limit to how much you can do in the game. Someone says, how do I have a soothing voice? Well, I'm not sure. I guess I was just born with it in a sense. I don't speak exactly like this in real life, although it's pretty similar. I just try and sort of, you know, enunciate things a bit more on YouTube because then it's easier to understand it. But I do sound fairly similar to this in real life, so I guess it's just sort of, you know, everyone has a different, unique voice, naturally, I guess. I'll go this way. Someone said, what is the best way to get bone meal? Well, the best way to get bone meal is probably from the fossils in the Soul Sand Valley. So of course one bone block turns into 9 pieces of bone meal. And so what you want, of course, is you want to have a whole bunch of bone blocks. With those you can get a whole bunch of bone meal. So I would say if you want a lot of bone meal in your world for, of course, all the different uses that bone meal provides, you want to go explore in the Nether, find a Soul Sand Valley, and then just break a whole bunch of the bone blocks there, maybe up to having, you know, 2 to 5 stacks of bone blocks, which is actually really easy to do. And then from that point, of course, with all your, you know, tons and tons of stacks of bone meal, you can use those to sort of bone meal the things you want to. It's kind of interesting. We're in an old growth birch forest with allays, which of course is a little bit reminiscent of what 1.19 could have been with our updated birch forest, especially the old growth birch forest seemed to be, you know, sort of especially shown in those concept arts, very tall birch trees. It's interesting because the old growth birch forest itself and the birch forest in general have been made much more common inside of Minecraft 1.18 and onwards, as of course 1.18 is the update where the terrain was changed quite a bit. And so I do think that part of that was maybe because Mojang was planning on having the updated birch forest for a long time. So it's kind of funny, we now still have that really common birch forest, we just don't have, you know, the actual stuff in it. That's kind of funny, we have like the singular giant spruce tree up there on the mountain, like maybe like a Christmas tree or something, which is fun. Not sure if there's a big old mega taiga with that. It's kind of interesting to see like the landmark up there of the singular, I think it is just actually by itself. Yeah, like I see some standard taiga, but none of the old growth. We actually have to go this way a little bit, I believe, just to sort of line up more, because we want to be about 0, 0. Not perfectly, but that direction is going to be kind of what we want. And someone's getting annoyed that I had to remind them about the fireflies we didn't get. It is unfortunate the things that were not added to 1.19, but hopefully in the future Minecraft's updates will at least be true to what they say, which at this point it seems to be of course the case, as already literally everything promised in 1.20, except for the sniffer I guess, has already been added to the snapshots, which is quite good. Someone said, which armor protection is better for wither, blast protection, or protection? Well, I think projectile protection would actually be important as well because we have the skulls. But I would say it's up to you. You know, if you're on bedrock and you're having issues with the wither, I usually go for everything a mix of protection, you know, so you want to have maybe 2 pieces of your armor have standard protection, 1, you know, well, usually you want 3 standard and then 1 of a different. So you could do 3 standard protection, 1 blast protection, that could be a good idea, or 3 standard protection, 1 projectile protection. Kind of up to you what you do with that one. But I would say that, yeah, sort of mixing it up with 3 of normal protection and 1 of not normal is generally the best idea. Let's go this way. And we're going to go this way. And we'll just sleep here, and then of course we can go on from that way. Someone said if I could add any single feature to 1.20, what it would be. Any single... I think I just pressed reloading the chunks. There we go. If I could... add any single feature to 1.20, what would it be? That's such an interesting question. I mean, I'm not someone who's really that massive on sort of adding new things to the game. Of course, new updates are great, but I'm not necessarily that big about them. But I do think that, you know, there are certain things that, although small, could be really nice. So I would say like some Bedrock Java parity, honestly. So I would say either like the really good Bedrock Edition cauldrons I'd want to add, or the armor stands, different poses and ability to hold items. So one of those two would be really nice, probably. Nothing that crazy, but definitely something that the game totally needs. So I would say probably one of those things. So we still have 2 allays. There we go. It seems like one of the third ones. It's like the 2 allays are always next to each other, but then the third one's kind of always behind them, which is funny. I'll go this way. This way. Someone said they think volcanoes would be cool. Volcanoes would definitely be cool. It's something that I think the game's needed for a long time. I believe Mojang had like an official reason why they haven't added them, because it's something like, oh, every sort of natural disaster should be because of the player or some strange thing like this, but it doesn't make a lot of sense, because if you think about it, there's these lava lakes that spawn across the world, and those can cause forest fires, you know, and there's also like the desert temple that has the TNT at the bottom, and you know, I guess that's kind of set off by the player, but it's not put there by the player, so I don't know. Volcanoes could definitely be cool, maybe as a really rare generation, you know, something where like a woodland mansion maybe, where, you know, really rarely there could be like kind of a mountain range with a couple volcanoes there. Could totally be cool. I think probably the only other reason why they wouldn't either, just while I'm thinking about it, is probably because a volcano is kind of an active thing, you know. If there's lava pouring out of a volcano, it's because it's actively erupting, usually anyway. Although, of course, you know, active volcanoes can remain that way for quite a while. Oh, that was incredibly stupid. Anyway, but basically, it's like I can't imagine that literally could not have gone worse. But anyway, and so I think like a volcano in the game, of course, would mean that there's like, you know, active volcanic activity going on. So it'd sort of have to be a bit more complicated, because then, oh, that's not good. An allay getting hurt, but that's probably one of the other big reasons. But a volcano would totally be cool, and I think I would agree 100% with that being added to the game. Hopefully that third allay is okay. It is. Good thing allays can regenerate their health. That's a great thing about the allays, actually, is that you can't hurt them at all if they have an item in their hand and they're yours. But the other thing is that they regenerate their health really quickly. Someone says, am I going to get ancient debris in one day? I'm not sure. I do think that getting netherite armor pretty soon is good. Can I get ancient debris in one day? I think a lot of that kind of thing has to do with luck, of course. Sort of with a lot of these speedruns, you'll notice that like the majority of them, they're just kind of, you know, starting and stopping random world, just trying to get lucky. So obviously there's still a lot of skill in speedrunning for sure. But in terms of, let's say, getting ancient debris in one day, it does tend to just be how quickly can you do that based on what materials are nearby. And also thank you very much to Tori for becoming a member of the channel, a member of the iSquad, of course. It's always great to have new channel members joining, and then we can have even more benefits for everyone the more people we have as members. And someone said I sound like Dream a little bit. I was actually noticing that. Not like, I don't think I sound like actually like Dream, but I think there's like a sort of tone similarity or something funny, which is good, I guess. Which is kind of cool in a sense, because I know some people don't like my voice that much, which, you know, it is what it is. I think everyone has different opinions. It's funny because in the comments, there's like there's kind of like, for every like 2 comments saying they like my voice, there's like 1 comment saying they don't like it. So I think it's just sort of a thing where, you know, people have different sounds that they're kind of used to hearing around a Minecraft video. Maybe they want something more energetic and excited. And I mean, I guess I could be that, but it's just sort of not what I built my channel as. There's actually a shipwreck right here, a full one, in fact, except for the mast. So we'll grab that. Wheat, carrots, nothing crazy here, but I mean, may as well. Suspicious stew, we'll put that away. And then of course we have the potential treasure, so we'll go this way and we can go over here and then of course grab this and we can get all the treasure here. We have a bottle of enchanting, so we'll have to probably use one of our shulker boxes here to sort of offload our items right now to kind of clear their inventory just a little bit. We'll go this way and we can kind of fill this up with all of these items here. And we don't actually have that much we can fill up, so we're going to have to grab out our ender chest, put that down, put down these, sort of get rid of all that, and then from there we can kind of keep going. We can even put away the lighter, really, because we don't need that. We'll put away the spare one anyway. Then we can break that and sort of get back to raiding the rest of the shipwreck chest. And we'll go this way. And we'll go in this one. So we have, of course, to waste some rockets, sort of just the cliche thing to do or whatever. And we'll go through here. In this chest we have buried treasure. We'll look for that in just a second here, because why not? And of course also in this chest up here we have the treasure, which is a bottle of enchanting there, a couple other items. Bottles of enchanting before 1.14 used to be incredibly rare, because of course now the cartographers will sell them. Before they were much harder to get. So we'll look at the buried treasure map. If it's close, we'll raid it. If it's not, we will not. It doesn't look that close, but we're going south anyway, which I think is actually the wrong direction, but it's okay. If we do end up sort of running into that, then we'll be okay. We'll let the delays sort of follow us in the distance there. Someone says, have I got a camel yet? Again, this is Minecraft 1.19, not 1.20, and even if it was, even if I wanted to turn it to 1.20, there's actually no way of doing that yet, just because the way that the snapshots have sort of been done. You cannot currently upgrade existing worlds, and maybe not ever actually, to 1.20 until it's fully released, which of course isn't going to be until the middle of next year, or at least, you know, sometime next year. So we'll go this way. I think I see another shipwreck actually, or maybe that's just land. Could just be land. And we have a comment that says, hello iCraft, love your videos and guides, been playing for 10 years and learned something every video. Well, thank you so much for that, and I'm glad that you enjoy my content that much. Of course, 10 years is a very long time to watch my videos, or not to watch my videos for. I've not made videos for 10 years, but of course to play Minecraft for 10 years is tons, which is pretty cool. Let's get like these allays to catch up here. There we go. They kind of get faster the closer they are. It's like they kind of slow down once they're out of range there. I think the boating is a little bit quicker than running, so if we're not careful they'll sort of get out of our render distance there, but we'll watch them, and if they do we can kind of go back there. Someone said, can I make a forest guide? Well, I did just make an ocean guide. I'm not sure if I'll make a specific forest guide, but potentially covering different biomes and things to do could be good. If I do have a tree guide, sort of a wood guide, if you're wanting sort of more that side of what a forest guide could be. But outside of that, I'd be interested to know exactly what you'd want to see in a forest guide before I could really make one effectively. And we have our allays that have all sort of slammed into the wall here because they're all going so fast, which is kind of funny. Someone said, is there any good use for allays? There definitely is. They're not maybe as useful as some people would hope. But there is some uses. They're mostly for automatic sorting systems. I actually have a allay automatic sorting system design. I did not make it, but I sort of modified it off of a mumbo jumbo design. Although the design is fairly simple, and it's with the rest of a sorting system, so you can do that for like unstackable items, like let's say sorting your diamond tools or your armor or maybe your totems of undying or something. So definitely quite useful for things like that, but you know, in general, they're not incredibly useful. Their point, of course, is to pick up items on the ground. Now, certain uses, like tree farming, very good for tree farming, for example. So, for instance, you could have, let's say you could have an allay that's picking up sticks. You could have an allay that is picking up, you know, the tree saplings. You could have an allay that's picking up maybe apples if it's the oak trees. And they would just go over and they would just give you those items. Or they could even have like a chest they'll take them to nearby with the hopper and note block system. So there definitely are uses to allays, but they're not like insanely useful. Although I would say like compared to a parrot or maybe, you know, some other mob like that. Definitely a lot better than those, so we'll go this way. Actually getting really near here, we're only like 1,000 blocks away after like this insanely long sort of travel. We'll go this way, and we'll go this. And let's take a look. Someone said, what is my favorite Minecraft block? I'm not sure. I do like building with a lot of different things. Certain things like crying obsidian I think look really cool. But would I build with them all the time? Probably not. So I'm not sure if I have a favorite block, but there's definitely some blocks I like building with quite a bit, you know. I do actually enjoy the glazed terracottas. I know a lot of people don't like glazed terracotta, but I personally just like the sort of look of that and the patterns and the interesting ways of dealing with that. So, you know, that's something I do enjoy quite a bit. And there is the pillager outpost that we got our other allays from, which is pretty cool. We just fell down the cliff there. Good thing it wasn't too deep because we do not have feather falling. We do have elytra though, so we'll just get out of here easily without sort of losing the allays there. Hopefully all 3 allays are still with us actually. Hope so. Are they all 3? I think so. 1, 2. It's hard to see because I'm spinning around so much, but I believe, yes, all 3 are there. Okay, we're good. We'll be careful of the lava lake there. We're kind of going to avoid that so we don't have a sort of cook delay, which would be quite the issue. So we'll go over here. I'll go over here. Someone says they can't believe I speak like this all the time. I don't speak exactly like this all the time. You know, I'd probably speak more like this all the time, you know, just a little bit less enunciated. But yeah, it is pretty similar, so, you know, just a little bit less sort of conscious of that. But someone said, what is my favorite mob? My favorite mob, well, for pets, probably the wolf, just because, you know, it's sort of the traditional one and there's some interesting uses to it. But in terms of every mob, I like the Striders. They're kind of a cool mob. I haven't covered them before because they're sort of a really small and basic topic. But Striders are quite a fun mob. I also do enjoy like the new Camel mob. I think that's awesome. The Allays are pretty cool. The Snow Golem is a mob I really enjoy as well. I think the Snow Golem is sort of a like unused mob quite a bit. So I do enjoy the Snow Golem a lot as well. Those are kind of some of my favorites, I would say. Some mobs I don't like, for instance, are like the Fox usually bugs me because they kind of are like, they really go to like weird biomes they shouldn't be in, and they kind of like kill a lot of different animals and stuff. And like the Polar Bears are kind of annoying, although, you know, again, of course, with both those mobs, there's also some useful things they do. So there's that. Let's go over this way. And let's take a look at, I think this is the village we were at, I believe. We'll find out though. We have our nether portal. I'm not sure if I want to risk taking the Allays through the nether. I guess I could. But now that we have our lighter, we can kind of just fly over the mountains as long as the Allays are close enough. And we'll go over this way. And someone said, what am I going to do when we get back? Well, we are going to probably take a look at all the loot we found, and then maybe start doing some planning or sort of figuring out what we're going to do next, as of course building a base is fairly soon, but also we still have a lot of exploring we can now do, that we have of course the Elytra on us, and we have the fireworks. Getting a mending villager is also a priority for pretty soon, so I think that we'll look into doing that fairly soon as well. There's actually a secret taiga village, if I'm correct, that's up here, which is kind of cool. I think this is south, yeah it is. There we go. And we'll go over here. And someone asked, actually this is the second time this has been asked, maybe even more than that, but it's, how do I know so much about Minecraft? Again, it's because I basically studied the game and played it for a long time, but as well as that, even when I currently play the game, I sort of try and focus on new things I can learn about it, just because I find it to be such an awesome and interesting thing. I'm incredibly interested in Minecraft. You would be surprised actually by how many Minecraft YouTubers aren't really interested in the game. They sort of just do it because, you know, I guess it's a job or whatever. But for me personally, I actually am really engaged and interested in Minecraft. I find it to be super interesting and has, you know, such a unique sort of game compared to every other game. It totally makes sense to me why it's the best selling game ever. Probably will always be the best selling game ever until, you know, maybe for 100 years or something, I'm not sure, but for a long time. So that's kind of the reason why I know so much about the game, and I always try and learn more too. I mean, there's definitely a lot of things I could be better at it in the game, you know, some different, maybe like I could be better at PvP, for example, you know, and so always with things like that too, I always try and kind of consistently improve. So I'm always getting better at the game that, of course, I'm teaching so many people about. Someone said, will I go back to the nether? I could go to the nether. We don't have too much of a use for going to the nether right now, but I definitely could. I think once we get to this mountain, we're going to kind of fly upwards with the Elytra there, so we don't have to sort of, you know, climb up every little block there on the hill. And then from there, of course, we can let the Allays catch up, then we'll kind of glide over to our base, because our base is just over that mountain range. I think this mountain range is actually bigger than the mountain range that we're currently on, and so it's kind of an interesting dynamic there. We have to travel over the one mountain range, and after that one, then of course we'll get sort of the mountain that we're living on top of currently. I guess technically when we have our sort of long-term permanent base, it doesn't even have to be on a mountain, but it probably will be because it's a very cool looking area. So let the Allays catch up there. There's two of them. Where's the third one? I'm not sure. Probably just, it's underneath there. So we're going to fly up straight up like this. We're going to see if the Allays can kind of catch up. If they can't, then we'll go back down, but I think they'll be able to. Yeah, there they are. So let's give them a second, and then we'll kind of use another rocket just up here like this. See lots of sort of unmined coal and iron here. We should probably collect later there would be good. And here we're on top of the mountain. And again, we'll let the allays sort of fly up here if they can. We might be a little far now. There's one. There's another one down there I see. I'm not sure if it can see us though. Only one of them's made it so far. We have to go a little lower. Try and get that allay to come back up here for it. Oh, that nearly died. That was a very kind of strange way of taking that much damage. It was not that sharp of an angle, but I guess we don't have feather falling, so we'll have to be careful of that. Okay, there's two allays. I guess again the other one got stuck, which is annoying, so we're gonna have to fly down here and sort of try and very carefully this time, since of course we got so much damage last time, try and find the third allay. So we're wasting our fireworks again. I still only see two allays. The third one was here. It's kind of annoying how they're not like consistently following. That is a big issue with mobs in general in Minecraft, is that their kind of mechanics of like following are really bad. Like for instance, you know, with different... I cannot tell if there's more than two here. I think there is actually. 1, 2, I can't tell. No, I think there's just two for now still. But, like the mechanics are generally really kind of strange, and like let's say holding, you know, weed and having a, you know, sheep following you or something, oftentimes they won't really follow correctly either. So we kind of, oh, they're there. There are three. Okay, we do have all three here. So we're going to fly up a little bit more. Hopefully they'll actually follow this time. We won't go quite as high up. We can see all three this time anyway, so hopefully they're going to actually come up. There's one. Should probably just walk at this rate, honestly. Let those ones go up there too. We may as well just do that. Just sort of climb up the mountain here. Someone asks, when do you think I'll get netherite armor? I'll probably get it in the next episode or the episode after that. I think it'll be a good idea. Getting feather falling 4 is also a big priority since we don't have that. And of course, it's really important getting mending. So lots of tool upgrades and armor upgrades coming soon, as of course, I don't really want to build the mega base itself until we have that. Here's the here's the allays, not the elytras. Here's the allays, and you can see there's our sort of ice mountain we're on top of. There's our base in the distance there, which is pretty cool. So we are going to kind of glide to this peak here. We'll let the allays follow us, and we'll kind of do that again. Pretty cool to see them all following around there. Of course, there's always that one that's kind of behind a bit. Over here, someone says, what is my favorite edition, Bedrock or Java? Well, I would say my favorite is Java, just because I'm more used to it, and graphically I think that there's less bugs. However, in terms of the actual features, Bedrock does have more features to it, more unique features, more interesting features. I just recently put out 2 videos about that, in fact. One of them was 20 things 20 differences between Bedrock and Java, but it was mostly just things that were in Bedrock that aren't in Java. And the other one was 20 things that are in Bedrock that should be in Java. It's funny because it seems like most people who play Bedrock think that Java is better, and most people who play Java think that Bedrock is worse. But really, I think that they're quite equal in terms of their strengths and weaknesses. And it's much more real, although it's, you know, more sensationalist or whatever to kind of say, oh, this version is terrible and this one's great. I think in reality, they're just sort of very mixed in terms of their strengths and weaknesses. And yeah, in terms of raw features, though, Bedrock's probably better. There's only 2 allays here again, so we're gonna have to kind of fly out. Let the other one load in, hopefully. There it is. Stayed behind. Come on, allay, you can do it. You can do it. Maybe. There we go. We'll kind of glide this way. Hopefully they don't get near the lava too much there, and hopefully they'll actually follow us this time. And we'll go over here. And people are asking, do I play other games? I do play other games somewhat. I like strategy games. I like other sandbox games, but definitely mainly I play Minecraft. And even Minecraft, I don't have that much time to play it. You'd assume, of course, as a Minecraft YouTuber, I do. But most of my time is spent on things like editing or making thumbnails or, you know, researching different video topics. So when I do have free time to play a game, I usually just want to play Minecraft since I am actually really interested in it, not just as a YouTuber. Let all the allays come up here. I saw 2. Again, there's probably a 3rd one. As per usual, it seems like for whatever weird reason, one of the allays just seems to not follow as well. There might be all 3 up here. I guess what we could do is, because we're so close already, we could kind of bring these 2 up. And then with those, then we can kind of capture them. Then we can get the other one. We have a boat. We'll put a boat here. Try and get the... Oh, here there are all 3. We do have all 3. Okay. That's good. We'll get them in the boat like we did the other ones, and we'll actually write down the names on a sign, because we don't have... We have 1 name tag, but that's obviously not very many name tags. There's the other 4 ones we had before. Might have to drive the boat into where the allays are. We can do that. Hopefully the allay will get in. Might not, though. That one was pretty close. What we'll do is we'll actually grab an emerald, and we'll trick them into it. We'll put an emerald there. Once they'll come right up to it, they'll grab it, and... Well, almost. if we put a bunch of it, it should get stuck, I think. Hopefully it will. Let's find out. They're being pretty tricky. Let's see. Get the allays stuck in the boat. Oh, there we go. There's one. There we go. There's 2 of them stuck. Perfect. We'll just put down another boat. We'll get the last one stuck, and then we'll have all of our allays sort of captured. And I think that when we build our permanent, large, sort of long-term base, mid-game base, maybe not crazy late game, but, you know, pretty big, we should probably have a special area for the allays. I think that would be pretty cool. And there should be another allay. Let's try and get it captured. Get it stuck in the boat. Come on, allay, you can do it. Get stuck in the boat for me. Let's see if it'll do it. And maybe not. We'll just kind of keep trying. If we get in the boat, it might get in the boat as well. It's hard to say. But sort of you have to kind of get the angle right, because I feel like it's going a little bit too high up. Because it's kind of like near the boat, like right there. It totally should have caught in the boat. I'm not sure what the hitbox is for the like mobs to get into boats, because like you'd assume it's the same as the boat, but then like when we were fighting the Vindicators there earlier on, it seems like they'll kind of get in from like fairly far away also. So maybe it's just like to the side. It's not like on top. I'm not honestly sure. So we can try and get the allay in the boat here. We'll put that there for now. And oh, there we go. Finally we got it captured, and finally we have our emeralds. There we go. All right, now we can go to sleep, and we can sort of continue on from there. And we'll write down the names of the allays that everyone picked earlier on. And we'll go over here. And someone said that we can duplicate them with music and amethyst shard. That is correct, so we might have to deal with that a little bit later. It might be fun. I did write down the names I forgot. I remember one was... I think I remember them, so we'll write them down. We'll see if I can remember all of them, and if I can't, then we'll have to come up with some new ones. We'll try and make one more. There we go. So remember, one of them was Navi, so we'll name one of them that. I think... There we go. Another one was Grum, so it's upside down. And then one was... I'm going to forget. See, if people want to remind me of one of the names I picked. Someone said I should name one of them Laggy, because it was so behind. That's kind of a fun name. Maybe we'll name it that one. I actually like that idea. We'll call it Laggy. There we go. And then what I'll do is whenever I get those other 4 allays back, we'll pick some of those other names. I think, yeah, it was Vincent. Someone said Vincent and Whisper. Those were the ones. Well, I guess we could actually name probably that. I think, I mean... Whisper kind of seems like an allay name. So we already did have one named Bob. I thought we did, because someone said Bob. So I think Whisper sounds like a good allay name. And sort of wispy. There we go. And I will remember those 3 ones are for the ones that are up here. We're going to stop wasting all of our elytra fireworks. And then we're going to sort of look through all the stuff we have. And of course we can use our handy ender chest here to kind of look through all this, see the loot we had. That was quite a long sort of journey back on foot, but I guess it was worth it for those allays, right? Allays are probably worth it. You can put it there. I say probably because obviously they're more decorative than anything, but you know. So we'll grab the items we don't need on us right now. Always, I said this before a while ago, but always when sorting through stuff, you want to kind of grab your tools and stuff and kind of put them away so you just have nothing in your inventory but maybe a little bit of food. And we can take a look here. Alright, so we have the enchanted golden apple, and then we do have another one over here. And I think... Let's see here. We have the other one. So we now have 3. We can take a look for that. We have wheat. We have the totems. We have 2... 3... I think it was 3 totems. I'm going to put the other one away already. I'm going to put it here. Oh no, it's still in the chest. That's what it is. So grab all the items out of here. So we did actually get a decent amount of stuff. Nothing like crazy. The totems are good. The enchanted golden apple is good. So I would say a pretty good haul overall. Nothing exceptional. No diamonds or anything. But I mean, I don't even think... I'm not actually sure if diamonds are possible in the Woodland Mansion chests. I think they are, but I'm not sure. Take a look over here. So let's put the... put these away in here. Sort of a random stuff. I don't know why that bow and arrow is here. Actually, that should not be there. That would go over here. We'll grab all the mob sort of treasure. We'll throw these in here for a second as we sort through everything. Then we can grab... So there's the mob drops. That's actually a lot of stuff we got from those cows. I think it's because we have the fortune. We just get an insane amount of stuff. In fact, definitely because of the fortune. Here's something kind of fun we'll do on stream here. We have a suspicious stew. Now, this could have anything on it. We're going to find out live what kind of a suspicious stew this is. It is a... jump boost suspicious stew. I thought it'd be like blindness or poison or something. But I guess we got lucky and it just jump booster, which is kind of cool. sort of jump around there for a little minute, and then we'll put that away. These are some more food items. We'll kind of put all the food items together, and we can sort of, you know, our sorting right now is not the best, but keeping a basic level of sorting to our items is going to be a good idea for sure. We'll grab all the mob drops, lots of bones and arrows, which is good because we kind of need both those things. So we'll grab mob drops, and we will grab food items, which I think we have most of. Looks like that. Usually I'll forget a couple things. I'll have to come back later for those, but you know, just sort of part of what sorting items is messing it up a couple times first. Put away the gunpowder, almost a stack actually, which is a huge amount. Put away the leather. We have lots of leather if we want to make like a mega map or something. Could be quite cool. The food goes in this chest for now. So much wheat because of all these hay bales we keep getting from the villages around here, which is always quite useful, so we'll do that. And if you just joined on the stream or have been on here for a while, feel free to follow me on my social medias. So of course I have Reddit r/Eyecraftmc. I have Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Eyecraftmc. I also have a Discord, which is an awesome Discord that has all kinds of good stuff. Actually, not sure how many people are watching right now, but I'm sure I'll get a lot of stuff from this. Fairly soon I'm going to be making some multiplayer events. So for an example, this could be something like, let's say, a 100-player Civilization video. Not necessarily, but that kind of an idea. And if you want to become part of them, literally all you have to do is join the Discord, and then once you've joined the Discord, go to the announcements page, scroll up just a little bit past the live stream announcement, and right there, then I will basically have instructions on how you can join that, and you just have to basically put in your username and your Discord username, and you can likely be part of those events. And of course, it's all through that Google Forms that's linked on there, and if one of the mods wants to grab the Google form and put it in the chat, that would be really cool. The link to the form should be on the announcements page. Let's grab the rest of the treasure here and put it around. We have our string, our feathers, rotten flesh, the bow, spider eyes, and I guess we also have this. And of course, also through our Discord server, we have an SMP and sort of a general server. So there's lots of cool stuff to do there as well. And I think we'll put our golden apples in the food chest just because they're not that special comparatively. So it kind of makes sense to put that there. I'll do that. And as SamDeCam just put in the chat, there is a Google form there for 100 players events if you want to become part of that, or at least potentially. And we'll grab all the sort of treasure. We have like our gold and our diamond, or not diamonds, but our gold and our lapis and our emeralds. And let's see here, we also have some little the flowers we grabbed, which is kind of cool. There's some more lapis, and there is some redstone. And we are going to sort that all here, of course. We have our somewhat sorted area here. Not insanely well sorted, but it's better than nothing. Actually, that lapis was really good because I forgot how low we were on lapis, but getting that sort of big boost of a lot of lapis is going to be quite useful. Let's grab any wood items we have in here. We can use those and put that right there. And then we can sort of put this through here. So we'll put the planks there. And let me actually just do something real quick here. Let's see what else we have on us for, I guess, armor and weapons. We could deal with the armor and weapons items. It's probably good. Someone asked, can I make a wood guide? I actually have a wood guide. And so if you are interested in that, then just feel free to look up Eyecraftmc wood guide. And you can, from there, super simply learn all about wood. So we're going to go over here. We grab all of our armor, all of our tools we have here. Most of it's useless. I think there's a point where sort of, like, what's the point of keeping, you know, like a gold chest plate or something, or like a half-broken gold leggings, but I don't know, I'm not really someone who likes wasting items that much, so generally, with this kind of thing, I'll just keep it no matter what. And we'll put that there. I remember this chainmail chest plate was like the only good item we got for a certain sort of group of items earlier, which is kind of funny. I'll put away the bow. I guess we'll grab the bows out of here. They don't really belong there. Put them here. Definitely needing a new sorting system, a new kind of basically everything base related soon is going to be a pretty big priority. And then we'll grab all the flower types. This one's empty already, so we're going to grab this and put it away. And do that. And smelting things and turning them into nuggets, of course, can work sometimes. One reason I don't always do that is because oftentimes, like, a singular nugget isn't really worth that much. Well, I guess to be fair, a singular piece of armor isn't worth that much either. We'll put away these plants. I guess the plants chest is here. We do have these sort of sections of plants. There are some peonies there, but, you know, in general, of course, you would want to have a separate flowers chest, and I think we'll probably do that pretty soon here, and a separate deep dirt chest also is going to be good. There's that random bell we got from the ruined portal, and I noticed on our way back there's a bunch of ruined portals we kind of missed, so maybe later on we'll have to go back and grab some of those. But we have our gold nuggets away, almost all the items sorted. We'll just grab these since they're now empty and put them away. It's actually surprising how quick things usually are if you have a lot of items to sort. Generally just sorting it doesn't take that long, so put that away. Put the coal here. We're still really low on coal, and like obsidian, I always find like things like this kind of hard to find a place for, because obviously like I'm not sure exactly where obsidian would qualify to go, so I guess we'll just sort of, you know, put it in the general blocks chest would make the most sense. And in terms of everything else here, kind of just random items, you know, like where does I don't know, like lead go? It's kind of a hard question, I guess. Probably with the mob drops actually would make the most sense. Paper, I guess, would go with the crops, probably. Same with the ender pearls would go here actually with the mob drops. We have our elytra, of course, the almost broken elytra. Now we definitely need mending. It's like we got all these elytra, but they're now like basically all completely broken. We have 4 almost completely broken elytra, so totally mending is going to be important soon. And at least we got all the dragon heads from that. We have our glass and these, there's the map actually, we didn't fill out the entire map, but if we get an item frame, we could sort of use that as like a reminder that we raided the Woodland Mansion, which is always kind of a cool thing to do, like I was saying earlier. Sort of commemorating different achievements in a world is always fun, even if they're not that big. But next to our sort of wall of treasures here, maybe even says the Woodland Explorer map. There we go, and we can kind of see that we went there as proof. Maybe even better that we didn't fully fill it out, so we can sort of see the interesting details there. And we may as well blow our goat horn here as a celebration that we did come back and do that successfully. So we have some sort of random building blocks around here. I guess the torches would go in the... This is probably here because it's like caving supplies. Again, not really enough chests for everything at this stage, so we sort of can't really put all these things away. We'll probably just swap them out with here for now, since, you know, like we don't have a chest for glass panes or something, for example. But most of this are sort of inventory items anyway. We'll get our hotbar set up again correctly. And I think we might actually do a little bit of ancient city raiding while we're at it, if anyone's interested in that, because ancient city raiding, of course, is something that's going to give us a lot more treasure, maybe even mending books. You never know. And so what we're probably going to do is we're probably actually going to go to the ancient city, because there is an ancient city nearby. And so we can kind of go over there, raid that, and take a look. So, alright, so we have, I think, about everything we'd even need for the ancient city raiding, really. I guess we could grab sort of the least damaged elytra, bring that with us. If we had phantom membranes, we could combine those. I don't think we have any, though we might have one somewhere, but I don't think we do. So we could technically, like, manually fix them, but, you know, it's usually a bit weird to do that, to be honest. So we'll grab some wool. We don't have much wool, to be honest, either. We'll grab the blue wool though, I guess. And then at the bottom of our ladder, we do have an ancient city that we can go to. And we'll take a look at that. And someone has a comment that says we can repair the elytra with a phantom membrane, which I did just say, but there is a bit of a delay there. So we're going to go back down here, and we're going to go to the ancient city. As you can see, be careful. These drops are always so crazy. It's like, woo, like so far down because we're on top of the mountain, of course, already. Here's a bit of deep dark. This, of course, is not ancient city deep dark. Something kind of funny is that I combined this strip mine here with a strip mine I'd made before at a different ancient city completely by accident, that I connected them up. And I didn't realize till later because I was exploring around here. And yeah, I'd fully connected up these 2 strip mines by accident, which is super funny that that happened. Like, I did not expect that, but now I have 2 strip mines that are connected, and they kind of eventually, I think it's this way. Might actually get lost here a little bit, but somewhere around here there is a little area that leads to the ancient city. Maybe this direction. Sort of like a staircase that goes upwards. Could be at the bottom, or at the end of here actually, because there's like that block there. Might be a staircase that goes upwards, and that would go right to the ancient city, I believe. So it's not here. It's gonna be close though. Pretty close anyway. And we're not really going to try and avoid the shriek or the wardens. We'll just kind of fly through, grab some treasure and go. Probably should have brought some shulker boxes actually. In fact, like definitely. We do have our ender chest. We might have kept one in here if we were smart. We were not, so we did not. I'm sure that's a silk touch, it is. And we'll go grab that. And let's take a look what else we can find. There's some redstone. I actually put that there as a marker, which I believe means that just down here is the way out, I believe. So I might have blocked out the way out. Well, I see a shrieker, or not a shrieker, but a signal there. So what in the world? Break that. I think that's a catalyst. I think. I don't think I've seen that texture. Yeah, that was a catalyst. So we're in a deep dark cave. I don't think I've actually seen that bottom texture. Maybe I did a long time ago, but it's quite a weird texture. So we're definitely in the right area. And I remember this redstone here was put down for a reason. Like I use it to mark out kind of where to go. I just have to kind of find like what direction that was even marking out. Oh, I guess it's this way actually. Here's the staircase, I think. Right? Yeah, there we go. Yes, this goes to the ancient city. So we have this sort of this strange pathway. I didn't even realize I had this loot here. We have this lapis and redstone, and that's good to know, I guess. Even some torches, which is pretty good. We'll set our spawn point. So when you're raiding the ancient city, you want to sort of have a spawn point set. Now there is a lot, and I don't know exactly the number, but my guess is about 20 ancient cities that are underneath this big mountain range we're at. So I think doing like a stream dedicated to ancient city raiding could be quite fun. We're going to do this the elytra way, which is basically flying from chest to chest. We can't do that too much because we don't honestly have that many fireworks or elytra durability, but we are going to look for areas to raid. Now I'm not really scared of the warden at this stage. Haven't even seen it in this world yet, so it might be fun to see that. We kind of know where our exit is. It's over here. So as long as you sort of have like a good idea of where to go, if you have a warden summon in, then it's usually not that dangerous. And we can actually just kind of trap it if they get summoned as well. It's not honestly as dangerous as you would think. So we'll go this way. And generally where the loot is kind of around the edge. So we're going to look around the edge. I don't really like crawling the entire way, but we could try and put some swift sneak on our leggings a little bit later on here and go from there. Someone's asking how ender chests work. Ender chests basically work by having one chest that's combined across all the other chests. So it's sort of like a combined inventory just for you, but basically the way that it works is like it's as if they're all the same chest. So like there's only a singular chest that all the ender chests connect to, and so like if an ender chest is destroyed, there's nothing actually in it. It's just a way of accessing these items, and so because of that, it's perfect for, let's say, filling up with shulker boxes. 27 shulker boxes means 27 single chests worth of storage, about 14 double chests. So you can put all your most valuable items there. I would put a torch, and I will in a second, but there could easily be a shrieker. So we're going to be careful, but I don't see any. So I actually got the chest that might have been here. I did, because there's the wool. So we could fly to the other end. We may as well do that, honestly. I'm a little bit sick of being careful. It's kind of annoying sometimes. There is a chest there we've raided. Okay, there is a shrieker, so we'll be careful here. I'm surprised we didn't set off any shriekers yet, but we'll take a look around and see if there's any. So there's the ice room. This is actually a really hard one to disable if we wanted to, because there's the two shriekers at like a really annoying angle. So we won't even go there. There is a chest there, but it's not really worthwhile. So we're going to kind of look for a better chest. I don't think we've been to this specific area. We went apparently there because we put some torches around that chest, but we haven't been like that far out. So we'll go over here, and we're going to try and look for anything else that could, of course, have a loot chest in it. I think this structure might actually. Someone asks, have I seen a warden in a world before? I've definitely seen the warden in a world before, yes, many times, but not in this specific world because we've been careful. We might have summoned it in, but I don't think we did. Now here's something actually kind of interesting. I'll show you. If we go over this way, there's no shriekers, we can do this. This is a little structure, and it's actually one of the main reasons why people think, this exact thing right here, is one of the main reasons why people think that potentially the main structure inside of the ancient city is a portal to another dimension. And that's because this little structure here in the code used to be referred to as portal. So basically like a mini portal, right? Like it has these little things on the side to look like the sort of, I don't know, almost like the warden-like things that are on that main central portal. And so I think it was like called like mini portal 3 or like some number like this. But the idea would be that, if they're calling the mini version of, the big structure back there a portal, then obviously the big structure itself is also a portal. So kind of an interesting bit of lore there. Who knows if it's actually going to be like functioning portal anytime soon. Does not seem like 1.20 is going to be that. Although knowing Mojang, they might surprise us, so we'll see. But I'm guessing not, just because it'd be such a massive, massive feature to have a new dimension. You'd think they'd sort of want to hype it up a lot. We'll go this way. And I think, let's see what's up here, I guess. There could be anything, could be nothing. We'll find out. There could definitely be a shrieker though, but like going up a ladder. Actually, there's some wool here, so we must have raided this already? We must have. We'll take a look, because I did see a chest. Just must not have destroyed the chest, or we might not have grabbed everything in it. There's a chest. No, we just didn't grab everything. I guess we'll grab what's left here though, why not? I mean, you know, not a big reason why not. I see a chest there. Kind of see like, yeah, like right there is a chest. So if we kind of fly that way, we'll probably set off a shrieker. But again, we have, you know, a decent amount of that, so it should be fine. And I think we can go this way. So if we fly here, there might be a shrieker. Oh, there is a shrieker. And we'll destroy it. So not warning level 1. Again, I actually think I see 2 chests here. We'll try and destroy any other shriekers nearby. There's a shrieker there. Hopefully there's no other shriekers, we'll find out, I guess. But there we go. We'll let it become light again. Did I miss any shriekers around here? Probably. Put down a torch, because why not? Oh, and we'll raid the rest of this. This is a 2... Here's one of the shriekers I got over here. So that's the trick, sort of, is if you... Here's another shrieker. If you set it off, you want to just destroy everything around. So, because you sort of have like a small bit of invulnerability or whatever. Here's another one of those sort of little mini portal structures right here. You can notice that. Although there's some sculk blocks replaced. So let's see what's in these chests. This one has nothing crazy, but some bottles of enchanting, some amethyst shards. Hey, we could use that for the allay duplication. This one right here is about the same. Got some music discs in there though, which is good. We're going to have to be kind of picky because we didn't have enough stuff with us. I think we'll have enough for a recovery compass soon, actually. The soul torches are also like completely unimportant, so we'll get rid of that. Even the music disc honestly isn't that good. I guess we could use the ender chest actually. It's like an additional storage, kind of a good idea. So we'll put that away there. All the sort of unstackables especially. And we'll break this, and of course we can keep going. Do we? No, I think we want to make sure we didn't miss anything. Sometimes, you know, by accident you could put something up. Someone asked me if I could turn up my gamma up, because YouTube compression does not like the deep dark. Well, you're correct, it does not. That's one of the reasons why actually I don't usually like show the deep dark in videos. And I wish I could, but my gamma is up all the way right here. Brightness is up bright, actually all the way dark. Like, look at this. It's like impossible to see anything. So unfortunately I cannot help that, but there was actually sort of a way of getting it higher, and they actually removed that because they thought it was a bug, because you could like change it in the settings of like the files of the game. And I actually had a tutorial, in fact 2 tutorials on how to do that, but they unfortunately fixed it. Now here's a really big piece of loot. This is a skeleton skull. Now skeleton skulls are really hard to get if you do not sort of get them like... They're really hard to get if you get them the normal way, which is by charged creepers. You can see here I'm skeletal Eyecraftmc, but basically, generally, you have to, of course, get the charged creeper, get that to destroy a skeleton. In Java, a charged creeper will only ever have one of the mobs around it drop ahead, so it's even more difficult than in Bedrock for that. There's a shrieker as well. I think we should probably fly again, try and find another area. Maybe if we fly on top of the main portal, we could find something. I don't think we were here before with Elytra. There could be a shrieker up here, we'll find out. There is not. So from here we should have a good view of seeing anything we have not raided. Of course there is the redstone room, which is cool, but there's not really anything there. So again, we're kind of on the lookout for chests. You can see we somewhat lit up around there. We can actually put some torches down here so yeah, you guys can see anything. And we'll put the torches around here. Hopefully there's no shriekers again. I do not see any. But we'll just kind of look out for any unrated little areas. Generally where the chests are like these kind of ruined sort of squares. And someone said you can use the shrieker for a doorbell. Yes, actually I showed a really funny thing a while ago in a video of things to do with 1.19 blocks, which is like a trap. It's not really a trap, but it's sort of a trick where like people set off like a 200 shriekers at once, and it's so loud, it's really hilarious. I can't see anything up from here though, anything that, like really important. So I think we're going to fly over to here. And then from here, we'll try and find something unrated. Again, just looking for chests or anything like that. Don't see anything. We could easily set off a shrieker flying around like this, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Any sort of little ruined areas around here is generally where those chests are going to be found. So of course we did something, because there's the wool. I think that's actually where he grabbed. In fact, that's funny. The exact wool we have on us, this blue wool right here, the exact area we got it is from that right there, which is kind of funny chance. But we've obviously been here then. We might have actually almost fully raided this just because we've been here for quite a while. Our durability is pretty bad on the lighter. We're going to do one more flyover, look for any chests that could be here. Don't see anything, but we just have another shrieker now running level 2, of course. So we can kind of set off one more shrieker fairly safely. Looking for any loot. And I think we raided that already because I don't see any chest. I think that's when we went up, but I guess we should probably look. Because this does look like something could have a shrieker, or not a shrieker, but it could have a shrieker, but something could also have a loot chest up here. So let's see if there's a loot chest. There is not, so we must have raided this already, or maybe it did not generate with one. So we'll take a look around here. And someone said a night vision potion. Yes, actually, yeah, a night vision potion would be great. In fact, I think that if I do an episode where I explore the deep dark, 100% a night vision potion is necessary. So definitely something that you want to do with this sort of thing. We did raid that already. There's a shrieker there. I actually remember seeing it. See, I put torches around this chest, so I must have maybe left a little something here. Not sure why. Oh, look at that! I left like a bunch of random blocks. That's interesting. Maybe that's why I lit it up, like tons of tough and other stuff. I mean, I guess that's cool. Well, here's a random bed we also left here earlier. We're kind of finding our old junk from previous times of raiding this same ancient city, which is honestly probably almost fully raided at this stage. Didn't actually realize how much of it had been raided. Now there is a shrieker up there, and this looks like a structure that could have a chest. So we're going to look for that, because I feel like that's actually really possible over here. Of course, if it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it does, then we kind of grab that and get some more loot from there. No, I must have done it correctly with the wool. I'll actually destroy that shrieker there. Hopefully there's no other shriekers nearby. Oh, there was. For warning level 3, which... Oh, no, that was not warning level 3. That was not warning level 3 at all. That's not good. That was warning level 4. We have a warden. Alright, we are going to crouch. We are going to slowly hide. Wait for the darkness to go away. And we're going to fly right away. Right away. Oh my goodness. We have a warden. We have a warden. Okay. Well, definitely changes things a little bit, doesn't it? We now have a warden here. I did not realize we were at warning level 4 there. And thank you for that another super chat from Dirtbag there. And it says they're going to Applebee's. But I'll keep the stream up though. Well, hopefully I don't die in this stream. Okay, we see our original way out with those planks. So if we can really stealthily make our way from here, like there's a shrieker, and any shrieker now is going to spawn in an additional warden. So the stakes are really, really high right now, actually. We have to be super careful. Unfortunately, I can't put any torches up just for the risk of another warden summoning in. But we'll go this way. We can see there's the, there's where we were. We could fly there. I don't think we will. Now, I hear the warden. The warden must be this direction. Let me, so I can hear it. Yeah, I think it must be this way. Yeah, I can hear it. So I think we might want to nearly set off in their shrieker there. I think we want to go this direction, actually. Oh, I think I heard the warden just go into the ground. If you hear that, it's sort of it's very quiet, but that sort of strange, I'm not even sure how to describe it, that kind of, you know, mushing back into the ground sound. So we're going to go back this way. And again, try not to set off any more of these shriekers that are definitely around here very plentifully. Let's hope we can find our way back safely. And someone said, why am I not just breaking all the shriekers? It's because I'm at warning level 4. Of course, you cannot break the shriekers in time. It used to be in the sort of snapshots that a shrieker would not spawn in the warden until it's fully set off. But now, the second it reaches that signal, it will have a warden summon in. So we can't really just go through here breaking every shrieker, and also we're probably not going to keep this area for that long. This actually looks like a loot chest area right here, so we'll check that really quick and then we're going to go back out. At least the warden despawned. We'll definitely be more careful now because that was quite dangerous. And I see some wool, so we must have been here already. So we'll just walk back and then find our way. I think we're actually pretty safe walking around here, although I'm not 100% sure. We'll try flying a little bit. Oh, we don't have any feather falling, so definitely quite a risk of dying around here. And I think, yeah, we did. There's a way up there. In fact, I can see the sky, I think. It's hard to say. Be careful because there's like so much lava. If we fly directly into the lava, that's like the end of this world. Well, not the end of the world, but you know, the end of sort of the our well, not perfect, but almost perfect armor and tools. So we're not gonna let that happen. That would definitely be unideal. Let's take a look here, and basically, I think that our best bet is sort of a mix of walking and then also kind of sort of trying to find the way back just by flying, because, you know, of course, we have a mix of these different things. So let's see here. I bet we could fly. I see an exit, so we're going to be really careful. Pretty risky, but we're going to do it, though. Yeah, we can fly directly out. In fact, if we can do it right, we can fly from the bottom of the world to the very top. Only 2 more rockets, and there's our base there. Look at that. Straight shot from the ancient city to our base in like 5 seconds. There we go. We are back from the ancient city, which is perfect. So there we go. And let's see what kind of loot we got from the ancient city. To start, we have our skeleton skull, which I think we should add to our sort of wall of treasure, although we'll probably not put it there. It's a little bit low down. I think these are actually the same breaking speed with anything. Yeah, it looks like it. But there we go. We have lots more building blocks. I'll have to find a place for those. I guess I'll have to put them here for now because I have nowhere else to put it, really. We'll put those there, put that away there. And I really love the Minecraft 1.19 music. It's quite nice, like for instance what we have right here. And we have 5 echo shards. I think we need 8 for the recovery compass. We'll try and make one though, because it's either 8 or 4. I believe it's 8 though. And yeah, it is 8, because obviously you'd assume it'd be like this, but it's actually 8 of them all around. So we need to have 4 more or 3 more echo shards, unless there's some in the ender chest here, which there is not, but there are some other blocks we'll put away, some other treasure and loot. We definitely have to sort of be on the lookout for some more ancient cities soon, so we can raid those, have ones that have treasure in it, and do that. And we can break all this and put these away. Let's take a look what we have in here. Of course, we can put away our potions in the potion brewing area. Lots of sort of potion-related items we can do that with. As you can see, we have a pinned comment on the live stream right there. That's how you can join multiplayer events I want to start doing soon. You could very easily make it into a video by being part of those. We've actually had a lot less people sign up than you would assume, and so if you do sign up for that, there's actually a very, very high chance you could make it into a video if the schedules line up there. Let's put away the rest of our treasure. We'll put it all sort of in here. Put all these kind of random music discs and other treasure related items. I guess we have some more potion stuff, and we have all of our deep dark kind of items here also. But you can, like, they're actually still a GIF as an item, like you can see, or not a GIF, but like a animated sort of thing. You can see like the thing there is pretty cool. We'll go over here, and we need put a books away actually in the enchanting area probably, but definitely something that you can probably notice. This is a very small base, and we totally need to make a better base. I think that should be our plan next, hopefully next episode, maybe the episode after that. Because having a really good base is kind of a important part of playing Minecraft, you know, having the ability to have a great area that you can stage all your different plans from, store your items, have farms, have all kinds of stuff. So totally that's going to be planned coming up. And if we just look around the area where we are, there does tend to be like a lot of room around here for different things we could do. You know, we could potentially, if we come up here and take a look at the stuff here, there is tons of these huge mountains. We're not even on our full render distance, but you can just see we're on top of these huge mountain ranges. So we could potentially build down there and then make it maybe go up, or build up here and then have parts that go downwards. But sort of having that height be part of the build I think would be really cool, since this is like just an awesome mountain range seed. Super rare to have a seed like this. And I'll actually share the seed fairly soon here. Probably not on this stream, but maybe on the next one. Probably on whatever stream I do the building on, I'll do that one. Because a lot of people have been asking across every stream for the seed, and I do want to give it eventually, but at first there, I didn't want anyone to, like, let's say, ruin the position of different things, so I could just sort of find them more naturally there. We'll put our coal away there, and of course our wool away in our sort of small amount of wool storage that we have. I guess we don't need this random compass either that we made to potentially, of course, make ourselves the recovery compass. Looks like that's basically our inventory sorted. And we have, of course, all of our stuff here. Now, in terms of the allays, we still have the allays that are over here kind of hiding on the roof, mostly. Now, we could bring them down. I think we could also move them later on when we're building. But what let's do is let's actually turn our render distance up to 32, which is going to cause like a second of, maybe more than a second of like crazy frame drop there for everyone. Sorry if you, it's like in horrible frames for about a second here, but once it's loaded in, we should be fine. And then we can kind of get an idea of just exactly where we are and what we can do. Frames are still pretty bad, so we'll let that even out a bit. But anyway, we could sort of like do something in the valley here and then kind of build upwards to the mountain. Potentially also it'd be cool to sort of build inside one of the mountains and then have our base be all somewhat underground. I'm not sure if we want to do that, but it could be an idea. And also like having a bridge, like I think having like some really cool bridges like from the mountain peaks would be really cool. Like a bridge from here that kind of goes all the way over there, and a bridge from here that goes all the way over there and all the way over there, and sort of across all this could be good. The plan for a while has been, if we come over here, you can see this sort of area here is really flat, like where my farm is here. And so there's this massive flat area. This over here could potentially be the best place to sort of build a base. And we can kind of plan things out. But if you want to be a really big part of this series, actually, feel free to comment down below if you're watching this on the VOD, or comment down right now in the live chat any ideas you have for bases we could build like this. You can put as many ideas as you want, just interesting things we could do on top of a big flat mountain like this, or maybe in the valley and going up the mountain. I'd love to hear everyone's ideas. And as I wait for those to come in, someone just commented they play on Pocket Edition. Can they still join my multiplayer server? You absolutely can. So that's an awesome thing about my server, is it's for both Bedrock and Java, and Bedrock does include Pocket Edition. So there's just an extra port you need the info for, and the info for that is all on my Discord server. But either way, like just seeing this sort of train, like you can even see it's like the sort of cutoff there. So it's like basically the highest it could be. And some of these valleys are so deep down. I feel like we could just do some awesome stuff kind of going from the valleys up here. I mean, all the even red mushrooms and green trees look amazing. And there's lots of interesting ideas. My current idea is sort of like some sort of a deep slate structure of some sort, maybe like a castle. But I'm not actually sure if I want to do that, just because there's so many things we could do. Obviously, I want to get like the best idea of all of them, maybe like something more futuristic or something more old style. I want to come up with like a really good build too, because I haven't been able to show off my building too much on videos before, so it'd be kind of cool to have more build focused things. We may as well actually harvest our crops here, since I think we'll need the emeralds from selling them pretty soon here. And for anyone wondering how they can join my multiplayer server, you want to join my Discord server, and then from there should be info under the rules, and also a page where you can basically unlock a section that talks about it. The IP is play.eyecraftmc.com, and the port I believe is 25565, but you'll have to verify that with the moderators on my Discord server, of course. And then we'll put down all the potatoes and we'll replant that. If anyone's wondering why I'm planting things in rows, by planting crops in rows, it actually makes them grow a lot quicker, which is really interesting. It's sort of, I guess the idea would be that in real life, having different sort of plants next to each other can sometimes make them both benefit. As for instance, like certain plants will put like different nutrients in the soil, other plants will take out those nutrients, and so it's sort of like being shown that way in Minecraft, that if you have different types of plants next to each other, it can also speed up the way that they grow, which is really cool. And people are also wondering if they're on T-Launcher, can they join my server? And unfortunately no, only official Mojang Minecraft accounts on Bedrock Edition or Java. As a T-Launcher, not only is it actually illegal, but as well as that, T-Launcher is really insecure, and so to allow T-Launcher players on the server is more or less something we'd have to lower our safety standards to do that, which I don't think is a good idea. So I'm going to place down the rest of these crops, and they will put a lot more potatoes in it as well. I mean, potatoes aren't perfect, but they're definitely good. So we're going to place down all these things here. We're going to get this to sort of fill in the rest of this, and we can get that to happen. And let's take a look here. Someone's saying we should make a goat farm. A goat farm could actually be really cool. I do have a lot of goats up here, and it's pretty flat. So maybe a goat farm we could even build in the next episode or so. I did feature a goat farm that I kind of somewhat designed. It was sort of a mix of different designs. I have a goat farming tutorial. Didn't do very well, but I do have one of those, so I might potentially make a goat farm up here, and then we can kind of use that for stuff later. And we've actually run out of room to put all of our crops away, so definitely building a new base is something that's really going to be important to do pretty quick here. But I'm glad we raided the Woodland Mansion. We now have, of course, the Totem of Undying and all these different things. And I mean, even just in general, of course, with those, the new Enchanted Golden Apple there, that's also going to be really, really useful. So we can have that. But anyway, that is going to be the end of the stream, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to press the like button so more people see it. Be sure to watch the rest of the VOD. This is part of a long series of live streams. I believe it's the 8th one of like these 3-hour long live streams. And so be sure to check out the rest of these and see this series. I do tend to stream at about noon EST on Saturdays, not always, but usually, so be sure to check out the rest of that. And why not join my Discord server and also fill out that form so you could potentially be in a 100-player video, and the form for that is the pinned comment on the live stream chat. I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day. Goodbye.